Should be live. Should be live. This is unprofessional. Yeah, we got to work on the getting here on time. I realized the time or the traffic was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, today was kind of gnarly.
It was wild out there.
Yeah, today.
Yeah,
I've been on time for like 3 weeks in a row.
You have been doing good. He's actually the surprising. He's kind of like taking the lead. If we were like counting the minutes late that everybody is, it would be like you're inching him out.
The past weeks, I think that Brick's made some. Yeah, he's made some headway, and I'm kind of falling behind a bit.
I just start coming when traffic is low. Usually, I just had something to do in the city today, but usually like 2 o'clock, I'm just gonna go to work. I'll sit there till it's time to go.
I woke up early to go to a pumpkin patch. And when I'm at the pumpkin patch, it was like super overcast. And I felt like I was like walking around for 4 hours without waking up. And then like right as we were about to leave, the sky opened up and the sun came shining down. But I still don't feel like I'm awake. I still feel like just like I'm barely conscious right now.
Well, the energy of a pumpkin patch should be, I feel like, foreboding. It should have that ominous kind of overcast is great for a pumpkin patch.
But there's just this one pumpkin patch that everybody goes to. It's just like a fucking hard, like everybody. Like I've seen pictures of the Kardashians there. I fucking had some like boxing champion walk up to me while I was there. I may have seen a rapper.
Is it in Calabasas?
Probably something like that. I don't know. It's like up there a little bit.
I was about to say I went.
I seen a rapper, but I couldn't tell if it was really him. And I tried to Google it, and all his old pictures, he's fat. So it was like kind of hard to tell.
Oh, yeah.
He's an Ozempic version of his former self.
He probably did it.
I ruined a pair of shoes, I feel like, at the same pumpkin patch. Do they have like a maze thing there or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's like the number one thing you got to do at a pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got to build a maze. You got to let the kids pick their own pumpkin. And then just a bunch of other bullshit. But kids are so fucking entertained by nothing.
Nothing. They got the petting zoo, the little train.
Maybe some face painting.
Some face paint. Yeah. But they're going to like charge you extra. They charged extra for like if you wanted to dip the thing into the bubbles and then you like go like this.
Really?
And it makes like big bubbles everywhere. You got to like pay extra for that.
Well, they taxing. They in Calabasas. They
Wait
know
for
that.
I don't think we.
It's like a net thing. It's like a string that you like dip into like a bucket of like bubble juice, and then you pull it out,
but
and you
like
like get to make some big.
So you have to pay for soap and water.
Essentially, it's like a major.
And you have to give the thing back, or do you get to take it home?
You get to play with it for like 5 minutes, and that's what you like exchange the tickets for. But everything is like that with kids too. It's like, oh, you want to jump on the bounce house? $4. You get 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Except that the dudes who are running it are like the most bored fucking Mexican dudes ever, just like looking at their phone, headphones in, listening to a podcast, not paying attention. My kid definitely bounced on the bounce house for like 25 minutes. They don't notice.
Well, and then like,
Why would they trip?
well, it's all good until something
who cares?
really gnarly happens, and then they get like a lawsuit and shut down because a kid gets hurt. Like that's
Because the kid is exhausted from spending an extra 20 minutes in the fucking bounce house.
I wouldn't say that's necessarily the big, but just them being negligent and not paying attention. Sometimes there is
There ain't no lifeguard, bro.
but they had one in
He worked the machine.
like I want to say the end of the year before last, and like my homie used to like bring his kid to one. He's up in Merced, and like literally that happened. Like somebody died because like due to negligence or whatever. Like it's like I guess like some kid bashed his head or whatever and wound up dying.
We're in the bounce house.
Yeah, fool.
Yeah, I can see that happen.
Yeah.
Them kids play ruthless, but at the end of the day, I feel like that's a part of the waiver that you sign when you get to something like that. And the parents, if you letting your kid jump around, you need to be right there watching every jump.
That's 100% of the way.
Like not like that until a certain age. It's like until they like 11, 12 years old and they know how to, you know what I mean? But it's like, you see a kid playing too hard around your kid like that, I'm about to jump in that motherfucker. I don't know.
But it's weird because you
I'm
can't
just
like attack the op kid.
No, but you could take your kid out of the situation. Like, come on, go to another
But the first time you as a parent have another kid be rude or never mind violent in any way towards your kid, very weird feeling. Like I remember the first time going to the playground and my kid is like 1.5, and there's like a 4-year-old who like tells her to get out of the fucking little fake car that they're all playing in.
The OG tried to raise her off the spot.
And my fucking heart rate just starts going up. Like, what the fuck did you just say? Telling my kid to get off of this fake car? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, the
That happens
audacity.
to me all the time. I'm like the super overprotective parent. Don't tell my kid shit.
But it's like you don't really know what to do. You can't like
do
rough up the
shit.
kid. You don't want to get like overtly
You gotta
aggressive
be
with
like,
the
you have
parent.
to share.
No, that's what you do. You for sure beat the dad up. I mean, there's no other option.
No.
You fade the father.
Dude, at the pumpkin patch, I can't think of anything like more tone deaf than like attacking someone at the pumpkin patch. Like obviously, you know, as like a parent that you don't want to do some crazy ass shit, but just like thinking about this clientele and how like it would be legendary. If I got in a fight there, every single parent there would know my name, Googled me, watched videos. Like it would just, because probably there's been like, 500,000 fucking pumpkin patch visits that nobody's gotten in a fight at.
Yeah.
You would just really take the cake.
To be the one person to break
I'm
that
pretty
streak.
sure it's fades over pumpkins. Those last couple days.
That's what I was
know
gonna
saying?
say.
Hell,
You didn't get the pumpkin on time. You got the broke baby daddies in there arguing and shit. You gotta go to a pumpkin patch in the hood. There's probably no fades out here.
no, for sure. I've been to pumpkin patches where it was like fucking dudes wearing gang insignia and shit. And for sure, like, it's kind of like stood out to me like, damn, this is a pumpkin patch where it could go down at. But this one, what's it called? Underwood Farms or something. It's like up there.
Yeah,
It's not. There's nothing.
it's very.
They probably got, I wouldn't be surprised. That's the type of place where like they got TMZ damn near on deck waiting for celebrity sightings. So it could be like, oh,
I've never seen it, but I have been to this fucking farm probably like 10 times. Like I've been there a bunch of times, like with my fucking nephews before I even had a kid.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, the strawberry picking field trip, the pumpkin patch field trip, various other field trips. I don't even know.
Whatever the season is, they gonna make it make sense.
And then meanwhile, I'm looking at my phone trying to figure out if I got herpes or not. Just like, God damn it, just let me pick these pumpkins.
oh man,
It's been a wild couple of days.
Yo, you don't know if you have herpes or not?
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I got herpes. But
Jeez.
the weird thing
occupational
about it,
hazard.
everybody thinks, like, this is one thing I've figured out through all this. Nobody has any fucking clue what's going on with herpes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, people think that like it's this fucking death sentence. People think it's so rare. People like it's they don't even test for it when you do porn.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's that common. Because essentially, you have herpes.
They say that the whole industry would like cease to exist if you had to test for herpes with everybody, because it's
Yeah.
like herpes 1, allegedly like 80% of people have it. And then herpes 2, which is the one that like people really are paranoid about. Like
simplex
herpes
too.
1 is the one that can like appear in your mouth most likely, and herpes 2 is the one that appears on your dick or vagina most likely. And the whole controversy with this Gucci third leg guy, which by the way, I would just like to say that is like probably one of the best porn names I could have ever thought of in my entire life.
Gucci third leg is
crazy.
That is an amazing.
And
name.
I guess like the whole thing is that he was like having girls shoot with him while he had open sores.
I mean, but on some like is like some weird fetish type
Like
thing.
you can
Like,
see them on camera. Now he's probably just trying to get his money. He's probably horny and he just didn't feel like waiting until the shit went away.
oh, okay, so it's like negligence. That wasn't like a part of
Thirsty,
it.
like, yeah, you gonna spread it because you need some pussy?
Well, no, that's like a whole. But there's like,
He's got to eat.
It's a camera,
yeah,
my boy, that zoomed in on your crotch. Why? That's embarrassing. Like, if a regular bitch sees that, like, do you know what she gonna be like? Oh,
I feel like if
Bumpy
any
J
bitch
over
sees
there.
that, I mean, I feel like damn near someone in the industry would be more inclined to like having that even more adverse reaction to it because that's your livelihood.
I've done all this porn. I've never seen a herpes.
He's probably like holding the base while she's sucking it so she doesn't see it.
Well, I guess you could see it
Yeah,
like
I mean,
crazy.
like,
You can see it on camera so easily. Like it was fucking everywhere, I guess. Like in that guy's video. I didn't see it, but I will say this. I will say that like I've known girls who got into the porn world and fucking did like their first couple scenes. Boom, they got a herpes outbreak on their vagina the next day.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
And like, then on the other hand, I've shot with like 400 girls or some shit. never had anything. I had gonorrhea, chlamydia, whatever the fuck, just like the infections where you stick a fucking needle in your ass and it goes away.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I've always felt like I must have some kind of crazy herpes immunity.
I think I do too, because I'm a raw doggy dog.
I don't think,
I'm like, and I know what people be like, oh, I'm in like the plus 700, somewhere near.
Do you think you got 700?
it's a lot of bodies.
What?
I feel like I got 700. That's
I
crazy.
like that. Oh, my mama, like, everybody be thinking that I be playing and shit, and I don't even like to say that shit. Like, motherfucker gonna be like, oh, you didn't, man. Like, bro, I lived a crazy life, bro.
Well, like over
And
700.
pain doesn't count, and I've never been in pain.
No, pain does.
And
But,
it's like, it's not even on it has to be that, because I stopped counting in around the 300.
well, if you have over
You know what
700,
I'm
if
saying?
you have
And I
over
was like in
700,
my 20s. Yeah, I
stopped
was
at
in my
300
20s. Yeah,
or
I
so.
stopped counting at 3. I was in my 20s.
That's when I got into the
300.
porn.
if you have over 700 bodies, that means that you've essentially fucked for 2 years of your life straight. That's over.
Well, every day.
Yeah, every day.
I've fucked for 2 years straight, probably before.
A different
Not
bitch.
a different bitch.
A
every
different
day,
bitch.
but yeah.
The crazy thing about it is just the fact that you could be a porn star and show up on set and get 5 bodies in a day, banging in an orgy or whatever. And that's how you really could inch your number up. Because any normal man is going to take days or weeks or months of work to get 5 bodies. And it's like, if you just show up and just get to do whatever, that's pretty good.
I would say that porn bodies don't count, but you got to be bold enough to fuck on camera, so that counts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you
Counts in a
got to be
different
bold
way.
enough to fuck on camera.
Porn
so that kinda-
bodies do not count if you are looking at the body as a judgment of like how good with ladies you are.
Oh, yeah,
But
right,
it definitely
yeah.
counts if your judgment is like how disgusting your genitals are. Because realistically, whether you were doing it for love or you were doing it for money,
Yeah,
you're still
got
rolling the
that
dice a little bit by
bacteria.
hopping in there.
If you had the
Fluid
experience,
exchange.
you experienced it, that the experience counts.
Right, you were exposed.
Yeah, it don't mean that you get Casanova points. You don't get player points.
what I was gonna say is a girl can't say that, because if she catch 400, if she catch 200, 300 bodies on camera, that pussy is gonna tell every piece of that story.
Oh yeah.
Do you think you could tell from looking at it how many bodies it has?
I'm saying 400 different sized dicks.
Right, but only the big ones matter, right? Like
All dicks matter.
if you all right,
I don't got a pussy, so I don't know how that goes. But like,
I mean, all right, my thing is like, I from experience can tell you that a woman can get plowed with a really big dick and have it basically like return to its original size.
not 400.
My wife is a living testament to this.
Yeah, but
Now, is it
A
exactly the
little
same?
lemon juice.
I don't know. And she's really only got hit by like a handful of these gigantic dicks, like a handful, like literally 3 times that we've been in the relationship. I don't know what kind of gigantic cock she was putting in her earlier before me in her life. I'm not asking, like,
But you
tell
don't
me the
even
biggest
know-
dick you ever
don't-
slept with.
But you don't know the mold of that. You molded from there. So like
Exactly.
You don't know the
Yeah.
previous
I can only
mold.
talk about what I started with.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I've always had a lot of faith in the structural integrity of my wife's vagina. Like it's always been like, I always have felt like it was tighter than almost all of the girls that we shoot with. Now, I've also considered that might just be because of the love.
well,
I feel like love will make a pussy feel tighter.
hey, but genetics are genetics. Some people are just built for it tough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they just got
I
it.
fucked
like
a
that.
random girl on camera the other day, and she said beforehand, she goes, I have a very wide set vagina. I was
probably
like,
Damn.
phew. Because if the pussy is too tight, it's hard to shoot with her. It's like a lot of times a girl will be riding me, and I'll have to be like, oh, hold on.
Rug burn.
I'm about to fucking nut like 5 seconds in, Whereas she said wide set vagina, I'm like, oh, I'm good. Like, no, for sure.
The box is trash. Fire. Like,
Yo, yes, that really is how I feel.
that's what she said essentially, right?
Because
like-
the pussy is being
Like
too
my
tight.
shit blew out. Cause,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
But like, have you ever fucked a big girl before?
Not anything like what you're probably thinking of.
What's the biggest?
Probably not even 300.
Shit, I've
No.
Which I know 300.
That's
No,
crazy.
for sure. But probably like
crazy.
300.
shit, probably not even 200 unless it was like a
Yeah,
BBL
that's
type
what I
bitch with
said.
like just a huge ass.
Yeah,
or
I'm talking about like a 200 pound. I'm talking about like, because girls are shorter.
No, but girls come up to me at the porn conventions who have like morbid obesity and they want to shoot. And like,
And you're like, hell yeah.
if it makes sense financially, I'm down. I feel like my wife probably not as into it.
You get lost in there.
But I'm down.
Like
Canal.
Lost is one of the most famous TV shows of all time. People love Lost. I'm down to get
like-
Lost.
Polarizing ending aside.
Yeah.
like, bro, but I mean, it's like I don't know if I only did it twice in my life, so it's like a big wet sloppy joint, like a torta.
I've had some fat girls with fire pussy. I ain't even gonna lie
Yeah,
to you.
that's what I'm about to say. But
yeah.
it's like
some more.
it's like
You gotta angle it. You feel me? You gotta.
step in that motherfucker.
You gotta work the angles sharp and precise. But as far as like the structural integrity of vaginas, I'm way less concerned about like a bitch having fucked dudes with like some monster size schlongs than the fucking type of dildos that chicks are using nowadays. And those 360 spinning like crazy ass contraptions they have. Like, I don't know how we compete with that, brothers.
I don't know any girls who just like shove giant dildos in their vaginas for like masturbation purposes. All the girls I know are like, they have like a wand or like a little rose thing.
That's like clitoral stimulation, right? Like,
Yeah. I just don't know girls who feel the need to shove a huge thing in there to masturbate.
That's old school.
Yeah, right? That's what
Maybe,
I'm saying.
I don't-
But some girls are like dick fiends. Like that
Yeah.
shows
They
what
like
type
to
of
wanna
girl
fill it up,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah. And that shows what type of girl she is. Like if she's just like a clit monster, she's like a sedity bougie bitch. She
For
gets
sure.
on that dildo, she's like a dick demon. She's ready to go.
Lena's not. She would rather have me like fucking just like brutally face fucking her while she like uses a toy to masturbate rather than like put my dick in her. She like wants me to be like dragging it around her face. Well, that's like one of her modes. She got mad modes.
Yeah.
But that's like one that always stands out to me. I'm like, ooh, you trying to get off like that?
That's not a bad mode.
No,
Fuck
I'm into
it.
that mode.
Yeah,
She in her mode.
I've seen a girl. Well, I've not seen a girl. I had a girl tell me that she just went to suck my dick. She gonna come off of sucking my dick. It didn't happen a couple times.
That's
like,
how you know they got mental
it's
illness.
crazy.
that's for sure a mental illness.
If you're solely a pleaser and you feel uncomfortable pleasing yourself, which a lot of girls will describe themselves this way, you'll realize that like, oh, you're super into giving head, and then meanwhile you don't want to get eaten out. Mental illness. Like you're not comfortable with yourself. You need to learn to love yourself.
You play with that thing for too long and it smell like water. I'm flipping you into a joint anyway. You don't got no choice.
That's what I was gonna say too. Like a lot of times I notice when girls don't want to get eaten out ever is probably because there's something funky with their box. You feel me?
Nah,
Like,
they ran into dudes that don't know what they doing. You know what I mean?
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just freestyling it down there.
Yeah, right.
All right, let me give you
got
guys the
in that
first
box.
topic. Let me hit you with this. How do you think I handled this Rooga situation?
Yeah, Mark.
It's pronounced Mork.
what do anybody out there, has anyone been like, oh, this is a skit, this is fake?
I've seen that a little bit, but it seemed like people kind of were with it enough to know it wasn't fake.
I think so. So for the people that don't know, like, what's the context? Because you knew he was going to be there, but it wasn't supposed to be. He wasn't originally supposed to be on.
Yeah,
the
so
interview,
I
right?
banned him from the office. Well, he had already like we had issues with each other. We were supposed to do an interview with the other guys. I told Remo like, "Yo, you think that Rooga's coming?" And Remo was like, "No, I don't think so. I don't think he's in LA." That morning, he sends me a screenshot of Rooga in LA. He's like, "Oh shit, he is here." I'm like, "All right, just let him know he ain't coming here." And so then he gets real polite. Oh, thank you. I don't even smoke these anymore. We can talk about that too at some point.
Yeah.
But I tell Remo. So then Rooga gets on the phone. Remo starts telling him like, "Hey, I just want to be cool. I just, I'm not coming there to trip on him, nothing like that, etc." And Remo is like, all right, let me ask Adam. He asked me. I'm immediately like, yeah, it's cool. He can come. All good. He shows up. We start doing the interview. He's being like weirdly quiet for.
Were you expecting him to be in the interview when he said he was going to come?
Yeah. I figured,
Yeah.
And so we're doing that for like 20 minutes, and then he decides that he's going to start basically calling me out for shit. And he's decided that for some reason he's going to call me out over the Wooski thing, even though this is so old, water under the bridge, whatever. He still wants to talk about it. He wants to talk about Mama Duck. He wants to call me out for, saying shit about her sexually, even though she was the one who was flirting with me, etc. And he basically managed to like get the details of all of these situations wrong. Like but his main thing was that he wanted to let me know that even though Wooski was the one who threatened me first and attacked me first, that me quoting the King Von lyric to him was inappropriate. Now, I disagree. I feel like if somebody comes at me and says all kinds of shit about my wife, my kid, etc., I'm on your ass. You're not going to make me feel bad, Rooga, for getting on his ass, given that he came at me saying the most disrespectful shit that he could. So therefore, yeah, I'm going to say the most disrespectful shit that I could. Now, should I have probably not mentioned something pertaining to him getting shot in the head? Sure, I guess. But at the same time,
it's a bit extreme.
He said something about my girl and my kid. So ultimately,
you
I don't give a fuck. You cross the line, I'm crossing the line.
Yeah,
once you talk about kids, gloves are off.
And so,
first of all, no sin's bigger than the other.
Right.
If you believe in any type of religion. So, I mean, you did wrong. Expect wrong. It's no balance of how wrong I should be. Like, oh, you were just a little wrong. So no, it's a headshot, nigga. I'm not about to play with you.
Yeah, no, totally. And that's how I'm feeling. And so Rooga wanted to, I think he was down to be cool and to have a cool podcast experience and everything like that. But I think that he wanted to take that moment to really stand on business, create the vibe that he was telling me exactly how things were going to be, that he was calling the shots, that he's Mr. Big Bad Tough Guy, ogre, whatever. And I made it clear, you're not going to just sit here and gaslight me into agreeing with all these narratives that you have cooked up. Now, some of these narratives are like basically like internet shit that they've already kind of agreed upon, whatever. But I had to tell him, like, you're not going to just sit here and tell me about how the situation went with Wooski, even though, like, in my opinion, you're misrepresenting me. And that's what created the level of the podcast escalating to the point that it got to where he got so mad that I had to ask him to leave.
He wanted you to act like a white boy when he pressed you. He wanted to press and you just agree with it, knowing that you didn't, so he could go back and show the homies, like, you see what I did, cuz I made sure I said something. You know what I mean?
Well,
exactly,
if you watch the clip, he said multiple times, like, you ain't gonna put this out though. You ain't gonna put this out. Like, he was like thinking that
he was trying to go viral.
Yeah, but that's what he did. The reason why he was saying that was because at the end, I think that he was so flustered because he kind of realized that nothing he had said so far had really got to me at all. Calling me a culture vulture, calling me a bitch, whatever. It's like, I don't care. Now, I've been in a lot of like contentious situations over the years, and one hallmark of that, when you feel like there's a chance that you might get into a fight or that this situation is escalating so much, your heart rate starts going up. Now, like some of the poker players I watch on stream, they wear a heart rate monitor so you can actually see when they're doing a big crazy bluff that their heart rate just doubled or whatever. If I had been wearing one, my heart rate probably went up like 4%. Like, it did not, I was not tripping about the situation because he was just talking, you know, and I did not get the vibe that he was going to do anything at all. And he just starts listing off reasons why he wouldn't do anything. Oh, you're going to sue me. Oh, you got the police out there, which is, I guess, what you call a security. You just call them the police. And I wasn't worried about it at all. And I think he was getting so flustered with that he started calling me the PDF thing, you know. Now, obviously, we used AI to change it to him calling me a handsome guy.
a handsome guy.
I thought that was more accurate. To call me a handsome guy is without question true. The other accusation has no verifiable proof associated with it. So I was happy to.
That's all.
I was happy to take part in this little song and dance. And then they threw him out. And then, from my perspective, and what people didn't see though is that, like, as soon as he gets like over by the door, it's kind of like the tension is gone. Like,
de-escalated
because he was acting like he wanted to fight the security guard. Now that security guard in particular
is down for the fade.
Big ass Polynesian motherfucker. Like, he's not. I wouldn't want to fight him, especially with a big ass gun on his hip. Like, for sure, like, anybody with their mind intact is gonna basically like not want to pursue that.
And didn't even say like, and your security guard's a bitch.
Yeah, and you hear him just be like, "Oh, what? We can run it right now." Like, he was fucking super down.
Security, he maintained his balance because really, out the hood, he was supposed to get off, okay, but he was being professional. But I feel like he should have removed him faster. But he said that too. After he saw it afterwards, he was like, I feel like I should have acted faster. I was like, I felt like it was fine from a content perspective. Content-wise, it was straight. That's why I was like, it all played his part. He didn't do no Buster shit. So
no, that's true.
Like,
if we were just sitting there like in a studio, in a music studio, and somebody started getting like that, and you know, security, for sure they should intervene faster. But because it's on camera and everything, it felt different.
Yeah, that we wouldn't have had like that gold that we wound up getting out of it.
Yeah.
Are we using this fine china?
For sure. Traplo Ross gave us a $275 ashtray, and I'm pretty excited about it, from Dolce & Gabbana.
Hey.
Yes, I looked up the price. I wanted to know how much an ashtray from there cost. Some people were calling me a weak-ass white boy for looking up the price, but I wanted to know.
I don't know what race has to do with that equation necessarily, but like
You know them. That's all.
Black people would have told you.
that's the other thing.
The black person would have let you know how much it cost when it came out the box. Don't worry
I
about
should have
it.
returned it.
Hey, but
Cash out.
Ruga, you know, you got to give it to him for the reverse Uno card racist claim.
I know.
That was
So, okay, if a white guy calls you a caveman in an argument, do you immediately think racism?
Hell no.
normally white people are the ones that are
A
called
fucking
caveman.
That don't
I
have
thought
nothing to
that-
do. That's not a racial slur.
Yeah,
but-
we're the one that are white people are called cavemen. We're the cave
If
dwellers.
you call me anything and you white while we arguing other than my name, hell yeah, it's racial.
Okay. But that's
I'm
like,
keep it 600.
that's
with
the
you.
race card. That's like the
yeah,
race card.
The race card, yeah.
Take something that's not really that racist and you just call it racist.
We
Yeah,
argue.
yeah.
That's,
Fuck
but
that.
that's literally the same thing as bitch ass white boy. You know what I'm
the same
saying? Like,
shit.
yeah, like a racist claim. But I just thought it was interesting because that particular phrase, caveman, is what is used against white people typically.
But
in
why?
argument.
Why would anyone use that against a white person?
Oh, you don't know?
Like specifically.
Oh, you don't know?
The
Because
Neanderthal blood thing?
yeah, like fools are really
You
from
guys are
cave.
from
But,
the Caucasus.
yeah, the Caucasus Mountains.
But I
Some
mean,
of the
come on, you go to
coldest
Afghanistan, those motherfuckers are living in caves right
They're
now.
like part of the
Those are
same.
man-made.
Yeah. Wait, so we grew up in like natural caves?
Yeah.
Ice, cold.
I'm not even super interested in anything that happened like a couple 100,000 years ago. I don't really feel like that reflects on me in any way.
They had primitive drill music.
The reason why I called him a caveman was because it felt like I was trying to have a reasonable conversation with him, and it like he literally had the intelligence level of a man who had grown up in a cave, because he was like doing such a poor job of engaging with like the actual conversation, and it was like and that's why he turns to like challenging me to a fight, is because he was having such a hard time making sense. And to people who felt like I for some reason like owed him a fight, you are also cavemen. I just want to make that clear, because anyone who thinks that you just get to show up to a podcast and request a fight with the host, you are retarded. Like, no offense. It may be a decent percentage of the audience, but you are retarded. Yes, you are retarded, and you have engaged in this sort of behavior before.
I wasn't talking about me. I was
Because
talking
Flacco
about
did it to you. But
Yeah.
okay, that would be a little bit more valid, because you and Flacco at that point, maybe not best friends, but you had enough of a connection.
No, I'm not saying
It's
he
closer
wasn't.
to a friendship.
I'm not saying that he wasn't valid. With
Right,
what
but
he
that's
did.
why Rooga can't request a fade from me, is because to me, you are a random ass rapper. Like, it would have been totally easy for me to just not have you on the show. You're not some huge rating draw.
Kanye album. What you talking about, random?
He wrote on a Kanye album. Big fucking deal. So Smoke Perp.
I mean, it's true.
That was my boy too. I
I'm
don't know
about
him
to
a fade
say,
either.
damn, that's your boy.
Yeah, yeah. And
Y'all-
I'm just
y'all
saying,
beefing
he
now?
didn't even get credit for it.
Who?
Smoke Perp. They didn't even give him credit. He wrote that shit. I love it. Remember that?
That was his record.
I think he
Lil
wrote that
Pump-
hook originally.
The Lil Pump joint,
Yeah.
was Perp's creation.
Yeah,
This
but
is-
all I'm saying is that, like, imagine what my podcasting career would be like if I was just like giving fights to random fucking rappers. Like, this is obviously not how I want to run my business. I actually run my business in such a way that I would like to have a contentious conversation with you. However, violence is where we have to draw
well,
the
and
line.
that's where the caveman phrase came from, because you were like, I want to do a podcast. I want to have a conversation.
Right.
You want to take it to.
Even a super heated podcast, it can be absolutely fucking, like, we could be at each other's necks. But once you take it to the point of actually hitting the other person, it's kind of like every work environment you've ever been in, that you can have like a crazy argument with somebody at work and it's not that big a deal. But as soon as you hit somebody, you're basically fired no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, granted, this is not your average work environment, but like, I'm not willing to engage on that level. I have no reason to partake in violence with
I
some
don't think
random
that
dude.
a motherfucker asking you for a fade really was expecting a fade. I feel like he
It's the out.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that is a good
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting you to bounce up like, all right, let's get it in.
Yeah.
I don't even think he wanted
Nobody
to do that.
in the room thought that was a possibility.
Because nobody bounced up with him.
Yeah,
it was like he was on his own tear. Like, didn't he come with some people? Did y'all and y'all finish the
He had
interview,
the two dudes who were sitting there, and then I think there might have been two more dudes who were out there
No, but
waiting
what
for
I'm
him.
saying is they finished their interview.
They did. They were very calm and cool about it, to be totally real.
They knew he was on his own. You know what I mean? What he was pushing for really was senseless in the fact of you up here on a media platform trying to do it. I could see if it was some street shit.
You, YBG, and Conrad all pull up to Academics' stream, and you get in a huge argument with Academics, and Academics basically has security escort you out. Do Conrad and YBG have to come with you, or are they allowed to continue the podcast?
It depends on the way the debate went.
Right. What if he was being fairly disrespectful?
To the gang?
To you, specifically. Because, like, in this case, I didn't say anything disrespectful to them. It was just a Rooga.
Us being gang members, we probably would have reacted together. But at the end of the day, if they were there and the title was YBG, Conrad, and Bricc, and they were there for their exposure, and I got out of line on a subject that was internet based, and it wasn't nothing to do with like Nipsey, the area, or nothing like that, I would expect them to finish the interview.
And the thing was,
if they came way to New York to fucking do an Academics interview and I cut up and it's like they exposure is over with, like I wouldn't even trip. I
was a little surprised that those dudes stuck around, but at the same time, it was originally their interview.
But that's a way bigger moment for them too. This is like their no jumper look.
True, that's how you capitalize on it, because that interview has way more views than we got.
100%. Like that was probably the best thing that could have happened for their interview in reality.
Right.
And were they from the same block?
Basically, they're from JHE, which I don't know if they're all from the exact same place. It's more like a rap crew, not like a street crew.
But they're affiliated.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like they kick it with Wooski and
yes.
Oh yeah. But so the conversation was you being disrespectful to Wooski, or you backing up from Wooski? Like how did the conversation go before y'all started arguing? Like it was you like doubling down, like, so what I said.
No, it wasn't even that. It was more just me trying to explain the context of it. Is like, how are you gonna sit here and just get on my ass about me saying something disrespectful to Wooski when he said all this disrespectful shit to me? Like, you know, how are you going to tell me that I'm not allowed to say something disrespectful when he already threw the kitchen sink at me? And it's like, okay, I get it. Like, you're judging us by different standards because he's a gang member and I'm not. I don't give a fuck. You're not going to sit here and act like I did this deplorable thing and not include the context of what he said to me. The same way, you're not going to sit here and say, oh, you were disrespectful to Mama Duck without also acknowledging she was flirting with me and telling me how fucking handsome I was, so it didn't seem inappropriate for me to have said this little flirtatious shit here. He was trying to paint a picture that portrayed me as having done all this crazy shit, and that's why he asked me to fight, is because I wasn't willing to go along with his portrayal of me.
When he came in the building and you like said what's up to them, did you sense the energy? Like, oh, this dude's kind of like, or were you surprised when he called you out on the pod?
I mean, when you watch the first 20 minutes of that podcast, he didn't really have a mic. They were kind of like sharing mics and stuff, but there was no like disrespectful vibe really going on from my perspective, but he was being kind of weirdly quiet, not really looking at me. Even when we're having the argument, I'm looking right at him and he's looking away from me.
Yeah.
Which draw from that whatever conclusion you want.
Like just as for a basis of comparison, when Flacco called me out for the fade on the podcast, apparently, like, you know, in Lush One tradition, I was very late that day and they were going to start the news without me, but Flacco was like, nah, I'm not starting until Lush is here and on camera.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. There, I think, who else was there? Was it, I know Suspect, maybe Gino was there too. But I know Suspect was for show there, and they like were waiting for, so like I was damn near like 45 minutes to an hour late type shit. And by the time I got there, like it was already, the energy was already set. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I just feel like Flacco requesting a fade from you after you had like the night before said something questionable about him or whatever. I understood where his rage was coming from.
Totally.
And it seems different than Rooga sort of like cherry picking from some incident that happened like a year ago. based on a rapper that he don't even talk to. How often you hit up Wooski? Where is Wooski in all this? Has he even said anything? As far as I know, no.
Yeah.
No, I mean, really, like,
That's that was my whole thing. I'm like, maybe, you can't miss your moment though.
Yeah.
If I came here to press Adam, I came here to press Adam. I don't give a fuck what the backlash is. Like, if you trying to get your name back going,
He just thought
he used you as bait.
he thought it was going to go a way that was different than the way that it actually went.
He thought he was going to look a little bit better doing it.
He thought that I was going to actually like roll with it. And to be fair, if I had been a different version of myself that day, where, we've all had problems with people and then had to have the conversation where you're kind of like, yeah, I feel it, man. Yeah, like I fucked up. You're right. Like where you don't 100% feel like you really fucked up, but you're going to acknowledge some shit just to like kind of let it go.
Put it behind you.
I could have done that, but I'm not really going for that. I'm not letting this dude paint this fake ass picture of me. So I felt good about how I went down. Honestly, like I felt like the fact that when you see how the interview goes back into the rest of the interview with those guys, that was like a couple minutes after he got kicked out. Like it didn't take long for us to resume. I'm in a totally clear headspace after just having this guy just whoop, whoop, whoop and just tell me how he was going to kill me, all this bullshit. And I'm just like, okay, bro. Like,
He thought he was going to kill you, Adam.
Not literally, but he told me somebody was going to kill me, basically, eventually.
Yeah. If you keep up with your antics. But he didn't say he was going to kill you.
I don't like that style of conversation. And so many people do it in the comments too. It'd just be like, their way of like discrediting me is to tell me that something's going to happen to me in the future. Like, just save it. Just save it.
I'm trying to figure out, all right, that's just like you calling yourself a victim after you went to a party, did drugs, and fucked somebody, right? And you wake up the next day like, I got raped. You go to an interview, a motherfucker asks you a question, you spill your guts out. You do, these people are giving you the information. You asking a question, they can easily say, we ain't talking about that on. Keep on going, right? Then the motherfucker who held the interview is to blame for the backlash that come from it. It's like, you shooting the messenger at this point. Like, don't shoot the messenger. I just asked the question, bro.
I think that a lot of times they be tripping on the fact that it's like, they think that it's exploitational, you know what I'm saying? And it's like and it's not necessarily like what's being said that they have a contention with, but it's the way that it's said. And I think that was like one of the biggest criticisms of ACT back in the day with the war in Chirac was like, sounds like he's mocking it. Sounds like that was like when anybody would get on ACT's helmet and be like, oh, you think this is a joke.
Right.
You know
but I think it's important for like street dudes to realize that we live in an era where the fans are pretty accustomed to a high level of conversation and the fans understand what dynamics are playing out. And the fans, I don't think, are impressed by somebody going to a podcast, failing to make an argument, and then challenging you to a fight. This just doesn't really do it to them. And it's particularly see-through when you're like, oh, we're going to bust out the boxing gloves. We're going to do a boxing match. We could film it. We could put it on pay-per-view, whatever. It's like, that shit is corny. We've seen people like ACT poke holes in that over and over where you have somebody like Meek Mill threatening him, acting like something's going to happen. And then he says, whatever the fuck you think you're going to do, just do it. Like, I don't want to hear these threats. These are empty threats. It's pathetic. And then nothing ever happens to him. It's like we've entered into a new age. I'm not walking around like nothing can happen to me. Mm-hmm. I'm walking around like something can happen to me. Rooga, it's on you. Do it. Or just shut the fuck up. And just don't fucking ruin the interview by telling us how tough you are. We don't care. You have to use words on a podcast.
Did he ruin the interview?
He actually made it way, way better. We got so many more we would have got otherwise.
Thank you, Rooga.
But
come on, man.
It is
what it is. But it was a fucked up stance at somebody's house. You don't come to somebody's house and spit or stand on the couch. And that's what you did.
And also, it's like
you spit in the trash can.
This is the thing that I never understood. There's the UFC. There's so many places
he should have gone into that.
We want to see the dudes that are good fighters fight each other. Do we really want to see podcasters fight? No. We're in this field because we're intelligent. Right. We have the ability to speak, to make articulate points that are gonna, they're going to be poignant, and that's what I feel like people want from us. Why do they need to see us squabble? And like that's not our field.
And I feel like from reading the commentary and everything,
I mean,
I'm bugging.
No, I'm saying you two.
Yeah. Well, but even look.
I probably ain't give a fade or two to it.
See, okay, look at this caption. Look at this comment. $5. Adam, why are you pretending that you didn't say that completely uncalled for Whiskey Vibes commencement and now you playing victim? We all watched it. Again, you are retarded because calling it completely uncalled for when the dude showed up in my DMs insulting my wife and my kid, how is that uncalled for? You're just as dumb as Rooga. You're actually the target audience that he's trying to impress with this bullshit. I feel like this might be the most open and shut example that I can think of in which the people leaving comments who think that Rooga like put on a good show and that he really showed me are cretins. They are like the bottom of the barrel.
It's a good way to measure somebody's intellectual capacity.
Like anybody who seems like they've been off the block, who has maybe had some kind of life experience or understand how the world works, does not expect a podcaster to fight their guest just because the guest is having a hard time making his point.
Yeah.
It's really like a very binary situation.
This the shit. If you felt so strong about the shit that you said to Wooski, the shit, you know what I mean? You should never even have came back to the establishment. If it's fuck, cuz it's fuck.
If it's that serious.
If we see cuz, we sloppy, whatever. It ain't no point in getting back on camera. And I ain't taking no sides because, Rooga, we ain't friends, but we've talked before or whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, like, nigga, if you was standing on what he said about Wooski, nigga, you shouldn't even have sat back down. When you got on the phone and said that you ain't coming up here for the rah-rah, as a gangster, you got to learn how to control your emotions while you on camera, because now everybody that's ever said something about or had one of your ops, they like already canceling you for any further conversation as far as the potting world. You get what I'm saying? You got a couple people like that are having more, you know what I mean, some black organizations and shit, but like as far as, and I'm not saying that, let me take that back because the black podcasts are some of the biggest podcasts, but it's like hood. Pages that probably have them come on.
But the thing about it too, though, is that I had people tapping in with me that are like people who have real issues with Rooga. And they were informing me about how when something comes up, he's sending them paragraphs. He's complaining, bitching, he wants peace, etc. And it's like, that's crazy that you are all about trying to have a conversation with your actual ops who are responsible for this and that. And then meanwhile, with the white podcaster guy that you know does not put himself out there like a tough guy, the one guy in this whole situation who has made it very clear that I'm not trying to fight, that I have security so I don't have to go into this sort of bullshit. What a coincidence that you want to throw hands with the one guy who's made it pretty clear that he's a non-participant in this bullshit.
Selective politicking, would you say?
100%.
You can't believe the ops, everything the ops say either.
Shit, when they're sending me screenshots and telling me, et cetera, that this is how he handled shit when he had an issue with me, I'm going to take their word for it. And I'm not even naming
you
who.
saw receipts.
No, but
Yeah. Okay.
You
I
know
thought you were
So
saying
I know that the way he's acting
word
towards
on the
me
street,
is not the way he's acting towards people that are really from somewhere out there.
And that probably ain't every op either. But you know what I mean? But if it's an op that you was into it with that was saying shit about Wooski and you were willing to have a conversation about it then, like I said, you got to keep the same energy at all times. Learn how to control your emotions.
It's like the Miranda rights. Anything that you say can be and will be held against you. So even if you didn't start even if you were provoked by Rooga, all people see is the response, and they're like, "Oh, he said this about, you feel me, Wooski. He said this, and that." They're not looking at what actually caused that to happen. It's like low key, the not to beat a dead horse. It's the same thing. People was on my helmet like, why are you talking shit about Sharp? How could you do that? Like, I didn't say anything about him until he spoke on me first. There's not a single negative interaction I've had with anyone in the podcasting space that I initiated.
And I think people are being dishonest about, like, he's saying the most the most serious attempt that he could possibly do at slandering me.
Right.
I have so much shit that I could say to discredit him and shit about what I've heard about his character and how he handles shit. And I'm not saying any of it. Like that fucking Wooski lyric. Oh, we could get into all kinds of shit like that. I'm not dipping into that at all. So there's like a huge discrepancy in terms of like who's ratcheting up the intensity of this conversation, because I'm not letting loose any of the shit I could say because I don't want to make it a super disrespectful thing.
But then also we do need to take into account the fact that, like, because when you say something, it impacts a lot greater because you have a way bigger platform. It has more of an accent to it. So.
But you see the way that him being a large black guy with dreads saying dumb shit to me, so many people in the audience are just going to give him credit as if that makes way more sense than whatever I'm saying, even though in reality, what he's saying is just like the most retarded drivel possible.
Well, yeah, anybody that has any proclivity to feel some type of way about you or is already judging you, then they're going to jump behind that narrative like it's the fucking gospel, even if they don't fuck with the same people that are like, oh, call you a culture vulture and are like, this is going against conscious hip hop and so disrespectful to the community. They're going to be like, hey, this guy's right, even though he's a proponent of exactly what they fucking dislike.
Yeah. Man,
it's hypocrisy at its finest.
The internet gonna get a W to Rooga because the internet is lawless. Like, you get what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck. Like, these are kids that want to see somebody get pressed. But at the end of the day, nothing happens. So you know what I'm saying? Like, but like the comments, of course.
Yeah.
That's what they're here for.
Because they want to see savagery. They want to see violence. So the guy who's suggesting violence, no matter how diluted the perspective that he's asking for it from, he's the hero.
For sure.
So I automatically like know that and that's going to appeal to a lot of people. Whereas like, could you imagine how much the adults in my life would have frowned upon me if I had actually been like, yeah, let's go out in the parking lot and smack each other around? They'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You'd have to be a total moron to take part in that. Especially with like a dude who we all know who he is, but let's be real. He has not achieved anything in his life. He's not successful by any realistic metric. He's just kind of like a dude who knew another dude who was famous.
But you also don't have that hate in your heart to want to fight.
Yeah,
like that.
Don't even care. Like, because I already know that verbally I could fuck him up all day. And that physically, realistically, I mean, I don't even know. I never really thought about what it would be like to fight him. But I mean, he may have an advantage in that regard. But like, this is a podcast. This is not a boxing match, which a lot of people seem confused about. So what if he would have rushed you though? Oh, if he rushed me, then for sure we would have found out exactly how that would have gone down. That's why my heart rate didn't go up. I was 0% worried about that.
Yeah, like you. That's why I brought up the skit comment at the beginning, because it looks so favorable to you. I was like, damn, like, did they set this up?
It was basically like him doing a skit without asking me beforehand. That is how I would describe it, because it's not like he ever intended to do anything. If he wanted to do something, he could have done it. I could have said the most disrespectful shit possible, and he wouldn't have done it.
And not the skit in the Northern Cali sense of the word.
It's not that kind. Yeah, no doubt. What okay, here's my question. What's going on with Sharp? I don't want to spend a lot of time on Sharp, but I do want to know, are there any developments you guys have seen?
I'll say this, like, honestly, like, I wish Sharp the best, and I just want to see him, you know, like, I want to see him do good. Like, it's really, look, hey, Sharp, you got people paying attention now. I would encourage you to just do the type of content that you want to do. You feel me? Focus on that shit. Do some fire ass content, you know, like, of course you're going to get that view infusion from the No Jumper Beef stimulus pack. But once that runs out, what you gonna do?
Keep some good enough. If he keeps some good enough content, he can probably keep 30% of the traffic.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you, like,
which will be good.
4,000 to 5,000.
He was getting an average of like 300 or 400 viewers on live stream or whatever, and now I think he's like around like 3,000. Mm-hmm. So we can watch this space and sort of see where that goes from here. But I'm not really. I don't know. It's like I don't have it in my heart to be like all acting mad about Sharp, because the truth is that we had a cool relationship for a long time. Now, granted, like, he is somebody that I brought on knowing that our personalities were not. I knew that he was never somebody that I was going to want to have as a co-host on my interviews, aside from doing a few things here and there. But I still felt like, okay, we're building a media company. I'm sure Dave Portnoy doesn't want to do a fucking podcast with every single person who does podcasts at Barstool. You know, that's just part of like running a business. If you see somebody who has talent and you realize that they are somebody that you could build something with, you're going to bring them in. I mean, I do think obviously that he fucked up by just like jumping out the window and talking all this shit. And I think that I don't want to be part of the pile-on that it feels like has been kind of going on, where it's like he's just getting shit on from every direction. I feel like every girl that he ever had a fucked up encounter with in their life is in my DMs trying to come on here and expose him. And I'm just like, bro, I don't give a fuck about any of
Yeah,
that
that's
shit.
corny.
Yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah.
Sorry, you was a dumb 304 and got finessed out your paycheck. You feel me? Like that's like honestly, I don't look sharp bad about that. You feel me? Like, oh, we're gonna expose him for getting money out of bitch. What the fuck you think he do? Like that's his life. You feel me? Like,
Yeah, that is kind of. It's all basically that.
he hurt my feelings and fucking took my money. You're a hoe. Like what the fuck? You feel me?
I don't know. He'll be all right.
I think he'll be straight.
What was your read on him when you stopped
When
by
I
there
went
the other
over
day?
there,
Yeah.
he was straight. I mean, I think that he knows he has to go harder. So he's in the sense of that. I mean, he's in like transitioning to like trying to full-time stream. I was giving him some ideas of what he could do. I'm pretty sure that he's open to conversations with Adam on the show. You know what I mean?
There was
I
never
think
an
it's just
actual
like
like
an ego
quitting or firing. really.
No. He has an egotistic, like he has this ego problem where he's like, he's the only person stopping himself from going places.
Was he mad at you? Did he feel like, cause like that you were kind of like getting on his helmet a little bit or fucking with?
Oh, I thought y'all was going over there after that anyway. I just ended up going the next day.
No, but I'm saying, did he feel some type of way about you?
No, he said that basically he was like, well, I couldn't mention one without the other. And I'm like, nah, that's how you feel about the show. I mean, shit, what the fuck am I going to say? It's my homeboy.
But
If he
him-
feel like I be saying yeah and agreeing too much and he said it, he act like you called me a bitch or something. He ain't called me a bitch. You get what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? So it ain't like he really said nothing about
Pretty
it.
convenient
No,
for him
he
to
chopped it up.
say like, "Oh, you're a yes man," when he like wanted a role on the show, and he feels like, "Oh, I didn't get a role on the show. Maybe it's because I didn't agree enough, or I was too."
We can see it was an
Conversation.
emotional thing.
I love a non yes man. I feel like Wack is probably like the most anti yes. He's a no man.
Yeah.
He just says no to everything. He disagrees with everything. Like, I kind of resented it from that perspective, and I do think that like this podcast probably could use some more argumentativeness. Like some good debates would be good. You guys like.
It's weird, like we actually fuck with each other though. It's
Yeah.
like if I
Well, I fuck with both of you. I don't know if you guys fuck with each other.
he's all right. Like I fuck with Bricc.
That's
If
my
there's
narrative.
Why the fuck did they keep saying we don't fuck?
Yeah,
You
it's
didn't.
like
You
so
told him to buy
weird,
some
like-
damn weed the other day.
which is like a
That's what you tell your homie.
yeah.
The homie that comes around with no weed all the time. When do you tell him?
Eventually, yeah.
And it's funny because like my real life homies or like mutuals that we have be like, oh, it's great to see how much you and Bricc fuck with each other. Like, I can tell that y'all are really like, yeah.
But
like,
okay,
he's
you know
a
what?
good dude. Like,
That's the difference between like,
I like him better than any of the people before.
you know who's like a super nice guy? Wayno.
Wayno's a nice guy.
Wayno, his podcast does not get a ton of attention. He's like a great guy. Like you're around him, he seems like a fucking awesome dude. Meanwhile, like Joe Budden, like who would you rather be friends with, Joe Budden or Wayno? Personality wise, Wayno for sure. Who has the bigger podcast? Joe Budden. Why? Because he's got mental illness. He's fucking. He's jumping out the window. And we could do that all day. The real cool guy that like you'd like to be homies with, podcast doesn't necessarily go crazy as fuck. The dude who's a little out there, who's arguing with everybody, everything. That's gonna be the more interesting podcast. Granted, you have to balance that with also being like likable to some extent, which is tricky. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I never even thought about having Sharp as a co-host. I'm gonna be real with you. So, but I also want to say like this is something I resent. He made such a big deal out of me not asking Drake if he shouted him out in that song. Bro, I was saving you. Like, I don't want to.
What the fuck?
No, he did. Like, he's mentioned this like a bunch of times on
He mentioned
stream
it
from
on multiple
clips I've
streams,
seen.
bro. Multiple.
And it's like,
week.
bro, all right. When you have an open DM with somebody like Drake, you don't want to like bother him about anything that isn't like pretty important because you want him to feel like if he's going to click on a DM from you, that it's going to be something important and not something like self-promotional or something that's about you or only benefits you. So
Right.
it's like I've DM'd Drake like, girls that like were trying to get at him and just been like, yo, this chick trying to holler at you or whatever. I don't know if anything happened with it. I've sent him some songs to be like, yo,
something happened.
You should fuck with this artist. Like he's fucking tight, whatever. And I feel like that's why Drake usually will like open my fucking messages and stuff. On the other hand, I feel like if I asked him like, hey, did you shout out this dude Sharp? And he's probably going to end up saying like, who's Sharp? That's not necessarily like, I don't want to add that to my batting average.
But I will say, he for sure 100,000% knows who Sharp is.
Right. But I also, based on that lyric, if you think that lyric was Drake shouting Sharp out, you should probably go buy investment courses from Rooga, because realistically, that is the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
Beachfront property in Nebraska for sure.
There's a bridge in Brooklyn I would like to buy you if you think that he was shouting out Sharp on that line. That he would have ad-libbed church. That okay? That's about it. And also, I just want to say, have you noticed the way that no media has covered this in any way?
Besides, does that act?
Ack is like the closest thing, but even Ack, it's not like there's like an Instagram post saying it. It's not like even when AD and T-Ron them left, there was a Say Cheese post, there's Academics post. People were really like interested in that. Sharp leaving has not really risen to the occasion of getting coverage from anyone besides like the internal network of people who basically make content about the jumper.
Out a gang of hate slurs and accusing you of shit. He not doing all this.
But he's throwing stuff out, you know. It's like it wouldn't have blown my mind if there was a Say Cheese post. The fact that he did it,
I'm not paying attention to it.
I think it says a lot. That like nobody gives a fuck about this. Somebody told me.
No, it's not hip hop.
Somebody told me when Academics was covering this on his stream that there was a poll that he made that said, do y'all care about this? And 80% of people said no.
His whole chat was saying, no, next topic. I
didn't even see it, but when I heard that, I'm like, I got to keep that in mind.
Well, what he said is, he's like, look, you guys really don't care about the no jumper drama, huh? And they're like, no, next topic. He's like, look, I like drama. So we're gonna cover this and then we'll go right back to the hip hop afterwards. But notice that verbiage.
Yeah.
Like this is not a hip hop discussion.
Well, he doesn't know about the Crane Crushers.
You know what?
As impactful as the Crane Crushers were.
You guys leave my partner alone.
Leave the Crane Crushers alone. What's wrong with that? That's in history.
Know nothing about the Crane.
Call Dago.
I'm just saying. Like
I didn't see anything of what Ack said.
Have we ever listened to a Crane Crusher song?
I have. Well, there was like a thing with like him performing with Bootleg Kev on stage.
But that was like a
That's the only thing I ever
10-second snippet.
Yeah,
I
watched his rap videos.
I've definitely seen him in V Nasty videos.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of Sharp music videos. Well, you've never watched Sharp's rap videos?
Never seen Sharp rap?
Oh fuck! Man.
Are you serious?
Yo, I'll say this. I'll say this in Sharp's, like in defense of Sharp's rapping. Okay, Sharp.
Look at Sharp the P, Midnight in Vegas studio performance.
12 years ago?
Yeah. There's more too. There's one.
Look,
where's the one where he has the long
I don't know
hair?
if it ever
Sharp
came
the
out,
P.
but Sharp did a song with Lil Weirdo.
Shut up, really?
I swear to God, when he brought Lil Weirdo on
This
the
is a good
Tank,
one. A Sharp Card, 1973 Chevelle,
that's
too
like the
real
classic.
for TV.
I watched that.
And look at that cig in his hand. That means that he has smoked about 50,000 cigs since that one.
He looks like a lesbian Iced Tea right there.
Yeah.
But look,
Crane Crusher's interview with Sharp. See, 186K. This is not like irrelevant content.
no. At all.
Let me run through some of these donations real quick.
I told him grow his hair back.
JJ said Bricc had to fluff under the table first. No fluffing. Fluffers don't exist. NYC Matrix 101 sent $20. Adam, why you keep giving Bricc a pass on all the fake both-sider shit he does? Making clown moves and then has a million excuses. Brick's a trick. You lied to him, Bricc. And then I'm also going to include Potlord sending $2 to say you lied to me, Bricc. Which
Is that really Potlord?
I would assume no.
No.
How do you react
Especially
to this?
because Potlord's channel is called Flip Mode.
What the fuck did I do?
And Potlord has AIDS. He's
What
in the
did I
hospital
do
right now.
about both sides? I text you exactly how the fuck I felt.
I'm proud of myself for starting the Bricc the both sider thing being a thing.
Oh, you did that?
I did.
Oh.
I did.
I just like, it feels weird to like.
I said it to you.
Oh, and I said I'm one. Oh, yeah.
I have not been tuned into like any of the allegations that have been made about Bricc or whatever. Like I don't even whatever other people are trying
I
to do.
haven't seen it either. That's why I'm like, what the fuck is the two-side shit that I've been doing?
Right.
Like, I can't get into it with everybody Adam get into it with. What the fuck do you want me to do?
Hey, I'm not-
He's not beefing with everybody.
I'm not paying attention to whatever the fucking gummy bear has to say. Like, you have already proven yourself to have had such a strained relationship with the truth that for sure I'm not going to him for what's going on in the world.
And then I showed you, I typed in a search.
Right.
You seen who the fuck that was.
And people
Milk. That's why I showed you. Like,
people don't understand that me and Bricc, the time period where people were trying to convince that me and Bricc were that he was doing something slippery, we were in communication the whole time.
The whole time.
Yeah.
I know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
And
You think he wanted to help you?
So that's when I made the Bricc both sider thing
it was over sharp.
Yeah, but it's always like you're homies with everybody. You feel me? So that's why that's what the joke was.
Yeah. Not
You feel me?
I was never. Dejan just worked here, and then the shit happened, and I'm like, damn. I don't think Adam's seeing what we seeing. Like me and Sharp was talking like, we ain't trying to be in the building and this motherfucker burned down. We just overcame one fire and everybody stuck together. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we was talking to him like, all right. I'm like, now I'm about to call Adam because if this shit is true, I'm not supposed to know.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm trying to hold my tongue because I don't want to tell you I know that. I'm like, I know him well enough to, if I know, he know I'm not finna tell the world. I ain't gonna be the first.
And that's
We didn't tell anybody. Nobody really knew besides people who were in the office at that moment about this whole fake scenario.
Yeah, because it was bullshit. I understand why nobody fucking knew.
And this was even, I wasn't even back at No Jumper yet. I had made a few appearances, but I wasn't back because DW was still there at the time. You feel me? Like when this happened. So I wasn't even, and I had heard a little something, but I was making it a point to not ask about shit. I still don't like to ask about shit.
I don't think DW was
PTSD
on the Tuesday show still. I think he just had the.
Oh, okay. So it was like right at the end.
It was right at the end, yeah.
It was like a transition.
The fake shooting and the DW exodus kind of took place all around the same time.
Right. And then me coming back, and it was all like around the same time.
Because he for sure, I think DW was the first person to say something on the show.
But I'm not gonna lie, like just to finish the point from earlier, Sharp did do a song with Lil Weirdo around the time of the when he interviewed him. Which,
oh yeah, I heard it.
Actually, yeah, like
I just haven't.
That's why I was pushing for Sharp to be in the fucking cipher. I was like, if we had like 16 bars of some ism, could probably be, you feel me, have like a Sugar Free on a Baby Tron type song energy. Like
he would have added a whole different level to that song. It was already pretty viral, but him on it would have been fucking nuts.
If he was willing to bring his cane out in this cup with three bitches twerking in the cipher. Too,
remember we said we were all going to dress like pimps today?
Oh, we fucked up.
Yeah, we forgot about that. Fuck.
Damn. Wait, I was. No.
Well, different types of pimps, yeah.
I'm like a tax check pimp.
Keyway J said, no, you a sneaker pimp, right?
Yeah, Tennessee
Take
pimp.
me down.
That's a Tennessee
Well, the
pimp.
60s underground.
But what I'm
I don't know that
saying is, what I'm saying
Sneaker
is,
Pimps, 6 Underground.
Yeah, I missed me with that
Anyways. It's the name of a band.
He's
you
singing
know
some
too much
random
shit.
ass.
Yeah, he knows too much.
I thought that was a Sneaker Pimps reference.
Keyway J said, what's cracking, No Jumper? Adam, you stood on business with Rooga. You had me rolling. Thank you, Keyway J. I appreciate it. Trippy Edit said, don't act like you didn't tuck your tail with Secure. What is
Security, he's trying to be like you hid behind security.
Okay, yeah.
That's what he hired him for.
I'm going to be real with you. And this is always what people say, though, is that like any like really successful person that's also potentially somebody that somebody might want to do something with will typically move with security out in public.
Well, yeah.
You know how Lil Durk moves around? It's like basically comparable to like how Donald Trump moves around. I've seen videos and like heard about like how he's pulling up to the show. It's crazy.
No,
me having one little security guard, like people acting like that's like a big deal, like that's a total hoe move. I would be nuts to not have that be the case when we have a bunch of unhinged dumbbells like Rooga coming in here.
Well, a lot of rappers, they have like former / off-duty police officers that are allowed to fucking carry on airplanes and all that with
and
them.
spoiler,
like, that's very normal.
In Los Angeles, you go to get security, 9 times out of 10, you're going to figure out that they're from somewhere. Guess what? They're from somewhere, and they now have a license to carry.
Yeah.
So it's not really like you're calling them security. You can call them whatever the fuck you want. I could think of all kinds of great homies that I could have on the payroll to come hang out, and then if they shot somebody, it's going to be a big fucking police investigation because they're not technically supposed to even have something on them, you know?
Right.
Like we're actually doing things the most intelligent way possible.
When it's like, what's the kid's name? Is Jack Doherty? Is it or Jack? What's the
Jack Doherty, yeah.
Yeah. Like
Destroyer of Lambos.
Right.
Or McLarens, I think.
So that type of shit and like the Fousey tube type of shit where you like run around in public, being a nuisance, starting shit, and then ducking behind your security. That is some bitch made ass shit. Like I don't think that's cool at all. Like
it's cool for YouTube. They love it.
Yeah, it's great for YouTube, but like that. Like that's the kind of shit where having security is fucking gay.
But
and
yeah, my opinion is basically that like Jack Doherty might be the most hated modern influencer in my lifetime.
he's pretty deplorable.
I mean, everybody is on his ass. Like everybody, like the threads of people attacking him are like the craziest shit that you will ever see in your fucking life.
He's no Lieutenant Dan, I'll say that.
So what's going on with Lieutenant Dan? Are we supposed to get him on here or what? He is? Oh, let's fire it up.
I'm so juiced for this.
Oh, I'm ready. Oh yeah, you need the remote. Oh shit. So does everyone?
I'm not super,
video,
but
so
I'm
ready.
tapped in.
I'm ready to find out what's going on with this fucking character.
He's here?
No, but he's gonna pop in via Zoom, and we're gonna have a conversation with him and see what's going on.
Vote, right?
You gotta be on his ass because he's an N-word sayer.
He did drop it.
He said it. All right.
He said it the cool way, like
Yeah, that's how like.
Wow, I'm so ready to talk to Lieutenant Dan. Unless he's not in the waiting room.
Two other names, but it's not his.
Um,
You know what the name he's calling him?
I don't know. Wow, Travel Ross said the ashtray was actually $495 because it's the XL model.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say because my Versace one was way smaller and more expensive. It was $350 and smaller.
Damn, what a nice guy, man. I gotta say, Travel Ross is like one of the most giving people that I've like been around because he fucking like when he orders food, like 4 extras, Lupe, everybody was here the other day, and he's like ordering food from some spot. He orders like multiple giant trays of food as
Keep in
opposed to
mind,
like getting him and his homie some food, you know?
them pounds, the conversion rate's pretty
that
fucking
money,
good.
100 over here. If he spent 100 on food over there, it's like 130 over
Exactly.
here.
Yeah, he's
regular.
permanent
Yeah.
discount. Yeah.
Yeah, like man, my money
When homies
goes
come out
a
from
little
England,
bit longer. A little bit longer.
Yeah,
No, but I had him in the porn party on Saturday, and I felt like the girls were fucking with him.
they're feeling the swag.
It was the
trap
cop
professor.
swag.
Yeah, that too. They're
It
like a
was
man
him,
in
the
uniform.
glasses, the
Oh yeah,
uniform.
yeah. He was 12. Yeah.
He should get the game.
He was saying like that he felt a little bit like intimidated by the porn star girls. I'm like, intimidated by the porn star girls? They should be so lucky to even be having a conversation with you.
Yeah. So
He probably ain't living raw like that back there in the UK.
Nah.
He ain't out there fucking.
he might
Fuck
be.
it.
Hey, he might be
probably
knocking him down.
but he ain't. He probably not into the slutty whores.
Yeah.
And he seen
'Cause
the slutty whores.
they're
was
way
into him
sluttier
that
out
night.
here.
Yeah, whoa.
Like,
No,
a whore out there is like, well, okay, a prostitute's a prostitute. But like, a slutty chick out there versus a slutty chick here, I'm pretty sure our sluts take the cake.
But here's the thing.
And the porn stars, they're the sluttiest.
Here's the thing we got to keep in mind. In Europe, they're way more liberal with their ideas when it comes to sex. It's way easier to get pussy out there.
They go
100%.
crazy. That's why I'm like,
Yeah,
half
they're-
of my body. I mean, not half of my body, but a lot came from 3 days in overseas.
But they're not considered a quote unquote slut as a result.
Yo, look at this.
That is
not Lieutenant Dan.
but
That's what
That's
you
Check
call
the
it.
Star.
that could be one of
He's
his
on the
homies.
boat.
Yeah.
He's been there every day. My boy Check.
Oh shit. What is
I
this?
think
We're getting to
he's
see the
running
inside
this
of the fucking
Boat.
LT.Dan, where he at?
What happened
Yo.
to that new boat?
Y'all can hear me?
yeah.
What's
what's
cracking,
that?
fool?
All right, I'm trying to set this up for him. Hold on a second. All right. Lieutenant Dan, you ready? President Joe. President Jay himself. Hold on, my bad.
Hey, what happened to the new boat?
Yo.
Yeah, that's a good
How you
question.
doing?
What up?
How you doing?
What up, Dan?
Wow, here he is. What's going on, Lieutenant Dan?
What's up?
Wow, what an honor, man. What's life like right now? What's going on?
It's stressful as hell right now. It's more stressful than a damn hurricane.
Why? What's the stressful part?
Huh?
What's the stressful part right now?
Right now, it's just that I don't know what's going on. Everything's in a rush. A lot of people are telling me how famous I am, and everybody in the world knows me. And to me, I don't have a TV. I don't go on World Star or none of that stuff.
So you're
I
like
don't-
finding out what World Star is right now? World Star is kind of old. They're not really even in the mix anymore.
Yeah,
Oh, well, you know what? That
sucks.
tells you. I mean, I'm just new to TikTok.
So how did you meet Check the Star right here? This sort of SoundCloud rapper manager that you found yourself with?
I'm not a manager. Stop.
Oh, okay.
He's with me. I'm bringing him with me as I go up, and he's teaching me the ropes and keeping an eye on me and making sure I don't mess up.
But how do we know that you're not going to turn on him like you did to Terrence?
Listen, right now. All right, listen. Okay, I'm gonna put this out here right now, once and for all, and then we're gonna kill this jazz right now. Okay. Terrence gave me the $7,000, which turned out to be $6,900. I ain't saying nothing about how much. All right, it was $6,900 when I counted it. Told me he was giving me $7,000. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what I got. I'm down here in my cabin, and he's behind me. And that was when he told me to count it. And I counted it, and I looked at him. I said, "You count this," and he counted it. He goes 69, and he handed it back to me. And then I turned around and I looked right at him and I said, "Take this and get the hell out of here."
So you didn't even
I
take the
put
$7K?
$6,900 in this man's name and in hand, and I didn't even know his name.
I had just met him that day, guys.
That morning, I saw him walking around up here on the block, and I kind of knew he was out here for no good, because I mean, look at son of a bitch. All right, I mean, damn, bro, come on, where the fuck you come from?
Hey, so y'all, so check what you just was down there. You wasn't looking for Lieutenant Dan, man. You was just out
So
there
what
cooling.
happened was I was coming down here to, I'm a little troll on the internet. I got a little character I be playing. Y'all know that. I be trolling. So
Yeah.
I went to go cover some records in Tampa, and my homie Shawnee, he's a content creator. Shout out MBM and Shawnee. He was like, "Bro, go check on Dan, man. There's a guy down there that might need your help. If he needs anything, bro, I'll send him some money." So I went to looking for him, couldn't find him. So I went to looking at the Tease guys page, trying to figure out what area he could be at, couldn't find him. I ended up driving by Bayshore, and all of a sudden I'm like, "What the heck? Why is all these people out here?" He had a choir of people. So I'm like, "Nah, that's gotta be him." I pulled up, gave him an interview, and they said something in my chat about he was, a PDF. And I was like, "Oh no." You know what I'm saying? So I had to run that, and then
Yeah, we're getting a bunch of that in the chat right now. Can we get a fact check on that? Have you ever been picked up for anything like that?
He said, "Have you ever been convicted of anything like that?" The PDF allegations. They're talking about the PDF allegations.
No,
That's totally made up.
that's totally made up. The name on the article that they posted is Joseph M. Malinowski. My name is Joseph John Malinowski, so it's not even the right name. I don't know anything else about it, but it was in 2007. In 2000, I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer, stage 4S, throughout my whole body and my spleen on Monday of the week. And then on Thursday, a neurologist told me I had multiple sclerosis, 3 lesions on my brain and 2 on my spine. I went home and kissed my ass goodbye and waited to die. They put me on Oxycontin. Well, I grew into Oxycontin. I was on everything, fentanyl patches, all that kind of jazz.
Bricc Baby's on that as well.
My kind of guy.
Stop it! Don't say that.
My kind of guy.
You know what? I mean, I hated this shit.
Don't listen to him, bro.
I had no ambition to do anything.
Yeah.
I just sat around. I mean, that's a whole nother story. I mean, when I got off the Oxycontin by smoking weed, I died 3 days after I stopped. Died in my living room. That's all. That's medical. I mean, you can get my medical record from Harnett County Hospital. That'll show you that on April 18th, 2014, I went in on an Oxycontin underdose where I abruptly quit. But see, I didn't know
A withdrawal.
So are the birthdays on the JW and the J John, is that the same? I mean, Dan, is it the same thing? Is it the same birthday on the two people, or is it just a missed initial and the same birthday?
I don't know what that
All right,
birthday.
one is 59 and the other one is like 54 or something like that. Like
The same day
it's
though?
two different birthdays, 2 different ages, and the other guy is still locked up for those charges in Wisconsin or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Wow. How long you been on the boat for?
Huh? I got this boat in March.
Oh shit. Okay.
This past March. Before that, I was living off a scooter for a couple of years. Well, for a while because I've been living on and off sailboats for the last 5 years. But
Right.
I don't know how to sail, so wherever I bought the boat is where I left it, and I just lived on the damn thing. This is the first boat that I sailed. I powered it down to Fort Myers, and then sailed it back up here. And I spent some time down in Venice. That was cool. And then I came up to Sarasota, and I got a ticket up there. I forgot about it. I'm going to jail for that crap. Spent 5 days in Sarasota County Jail. And then I came back here.
How'd you come up on the boat?
What happened?
How'd you come up on the boat? Are you like a pirate?
Took somebody else's boat.
Well, yeah. I mean, this one, I didn't want no smoke. Okay, so I paid for this one. I bought it from a guy, and I mean, he was cool about it. And I told him, I said, I'm not going to register it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to title it. I'm not going to do it. Don't worry about it, So he was like, all right, well, if you want, you could renew the registration to my name. Because see, I told him, I said, I don't have a driver's license. I don't have no ID. All my shit got stolen years ago. I never got it back. So,
Right. So now you got a boat. Okay. My question is, are you aware that I once filmed your new manager, Check the Star, getting oral sex from a fellow Twitch streamer?
I have no idea.
Whoa, what? Why? Bruh, stop the madness.
See,
dude.
you and her are both in denial about that.
You did it. Yes, you did. I'm not saying you didn't record it happen. I'm not in denial it happened, okay? That's what you want me to say?
Yeah, you got a big dick, bro.
Yo,
He does.
what the fuck?
He does. You got a good one.
Deep review.
He be coming. I be kicking it with him when I go down to Tampa. That's my boy.
Oh, for
man.
real? Yeah, you should check his dick out sometimes, for sure.
Yo, what
Whoa.
the fuck, dude? I was trying
yo.
to change the fucking subject.
Change the
dude.
narrative.
He got a baby fucking Gucci third leg. Hey, he got a Gucci third leg.
Yo, you never hooked up a Gucci third leg, right?
Third leg? What?
What? Yo, okay. But
On that? Nah, look, that's as high as it goes. If I had a Bluetooth, we'd be surround sound, but we on a boat, my brother.
Dan, I have another question. Okay, so a video clip came out of a girl claiming that she was your daughter, saying that you. Can you contextualize that? She was basically saying that anyone giving you money is basically fucking you over because you're going to spend it all on drugs.
Oh yeah, I'm such a drug addict. I just shoot heroin into my eyeballs on a daily.
Well, you don't got to do it in your
my
eyeball.
Daughter. Yes, that's my daughter, and she's just pissed because she sees where I'm going now, and she gave me up 10 years ago, and I've been on the outside of the family ever since. I have grandchildren with her that I don't even know about.
Really?
Okay, I have 3 grandchildren. She has three children. Abel, my grandson, the firstborn, he's the only one that I know. I got a granddaughter named Ezra. I just know about her being born. And the third one, I don't know nothing about her. Now, and I messaged her. She messaged me. I got out of prison, and there was a 2.5-month-old message on my messenger. I looked at it, and it said exactly, verbatim, "You haven't posted in a while. I looked in the local jails. I can't find you. I guess you just passed." So
But
I read it
why would she turn her back on you? Why did she want to get away from you?
because she tried to tell me that I could. I only started smoking weed in 2014.
Late
Prior to
bloomer.
that, I was addicted to OxyContin and Percocet that was prescribed by doctors for my pain management. I found out about weed and I started smoking it, and it worked wonders for me. And
Uh-huh.
I got off the OxyContin. Now, when I got off the OxyContin, I did it too abruptly. And that caused my body to shut down and go into OxyContin withdrawal, and it shut down, and I went someplace else. I went to the complete darkness, black, couldn't see a damn thing. I'm looking for light. I can't find nothing. And then I see a tiny little white dot way out in the distance. So I'm going to start walking to that light. And then I hear my son behind me and to the right screaming, "Dad, Dad, wake up, wake up." And I said, "I can't go yet. My son still needs me. I'll be back later." And I went to pivot on my left foot, which I had there, but not here. And boom, I'm on the floor in my living room with my son at my feet, Dominic over here, Andrew over here. And these 3 19-year-old boys are crying like little girls. Joe, you were dead. You weren't breathing. I looked at Andrew.
Whoa.
I said, how? I looked at Dominic. I said, how long? He goes, 10 minutes. We couldn't get you up. I looked at Andrew. He goes, you were purple. I looked at him. I said, you're black. He's light skinned, but he's my brother, my son. You know, I mean, I love that kid. I love him more than I love her. Well, he's not that fine. We're not
You
gonna
love,
get into that.
you
Don't
love,
ask me about
you
guns.
like black people, huh?
You know,
You like the word nigga and shit, so you like black people. You been kicking it in
Bro.
the hood, huh?
bro, I did time in Raleigh. All right, I've been down the hood. I was the one down there about 7 years ago. I was trying to bring the Bloods and the Crips together.
Oh,
Same,
shit.
Whoa.
same here. We're the same
Whoa.
dude. Yeah.
We
Fuck.
can get along. Look at this.
Oh yeah. I'm on
He
that.
drops the N-bomb all the time, too.
Lieutenant Dan
Oh, wait
Paragon.
till the camera drops.
But so okay, you were trying to bring the Bloods and the Crips together by saying the N-word?
Listen,
Oh, sorry.
if you go down the hood, you might get beat the hell up.
There's definitely a possibility of that.
Okay, I go down the hood on crutches with one fucking leg,
They trying to
and
serve
I'll
you.
come up on
Yeah,
one home.
they think you about to buy dope.
They serving you. They
think
gonna
you gonna-
serve you.
Yeah.
All right, I go down the hood, I get nothing but love,
Yeah.
nothing but love.
If you
And when
went,
I'm down there, it's like, "What's up, my nigga? How you been?"
Oh, there it is.
oh yeah,
Okay, there you go.
goes.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's saying my brother.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah. I already
I'm right or
know.
wrong?
Hey,
Am I right or wrong? Just because I'm a little
hey, I
white,
heard it. I heard it when you dropped it the first time. This ain't the first to last
All right.
time.
It
Yeah,
didn't sound crazy.
Yeah,
it
man.
sounded on
You
point.
said it kind of
Yeah.
cool and smooth. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, maybe he's like 1/8 black or something.
Sounded natural.
Hey,
185.
He just told you
215s?
his son is light skinned.
Okay.
So, like,
we'll know if you're 1/8 black. Is your dick bigger than Check Stars?
hey,
You guys
bro,
should have
chill.
a dick
I have no
off right
idea.
now.
Y'all wild, bro. What
Hey,
is y'all saying?
hey,
This is Zesty Pod.
Where did y'all come from? Like,
I have a legitimate
That is
question.
it.
I have a legitimate question. Lieutenant Dan, what's your relationship with Aiden Ross like at this current moment?
I have no problem with Aiden. I have no problem with Aiden. My problem was with Terrence.
Hmm.
But there was
Okay,
like,
with all-
so
With all the
with
crap that happened with Terrence trying to steal my account, my TikTok account. He got the account. He changed it. He changed my bio. He changed it from the GoFundMe page to a damn apparel page that had my face all over the damn shirt. I didn't know nothing about it. And then I can't get into my account.
so
I
like
mean, I go to modify something. I can't modify it because my password don't work now.
I
So I
can't.
had to go through the channels that I went through to get my shit back.
So I can't tell if it's 100%
Superstar.
like a lack of communication and Terrence really had like good intentions, because what he's alleging is that people
He was
got
selling merch.
well no what happened was he said that the GoFundMe had already reached its goal
Yeah,
and had already run its course,
yeah.
and there wasn't a point for that to continue to exist, so
In the
he
bio.
replaced it
Yeah.
with a link for merch. But there, I guess he never had that conversation with Lieutenant Dan. So that's I would say that was a miscalculation.
Right, but okay, check. You seem like a relatively reasonable person. Do you think that Terrence was trying to scam off the apparel link?
I can't answer that question. I'm not him, so I'd be bearing judgment on somebody that I don't know, and that'd be unfair, just like they judge me. So I can't answer that question. So I don't know.
Okay. Either way, it is understandable that Lieutenant Dan wanted to be on top of what the link was going to be in his bio. He's brand new to social media.
Yeah, I was about to say.
He doesn't necessarily like understand the significance of the link in the bio. So switching up something like that, I could understand where he would maybe take
And you
it a
gotta
certain
also
way.
know he didn't know he had access to TikTok. He has to tell you how that even happened, how it came about, because it was weird. Like they took him from here, took him somewhere, switched phones with him. It was a whole situation.
Yeah. They're telling me
Because you didn't
There
know
was a
your
guy from Atlanta.
password. Did you know
There
your
was a-
password?
It's a
when you
whole
were there?
crazy thing.
you want to hear the story or not?
Yes,
Sure.
tell the story.
Then shut the fuck up. No,
Hey,
no,
hey, I'll be in Tampa, nigga.
That's him though. That's him.
Where you at?
So Fernando is supposed to be making me the kick account, and it's taking him 3 fucking days to build this kick account. Now, I don't know about you, but I mean, I don't know what a kick count is, but I don't think it takes 3 fucking days to do it. Now, on the 3rd day, Jesus rose, among other things. We all know that. But he came over, and now the whole time for 3 days, the bitch never talked to me, never spoke a really.
So basically, I was like the one that was used to like
he was
communicate.
going around the circle, never talking to me, always keeping me in the dark like mushroom. Now, Aiden's manager got a hold of us and said that we're a go. Okay, get me what I need. Okay, so that I can go live. You know, get me a tablet, get me a computer, get me a phone, get me whatever I need. And he was supposed to send money via thing. But now, in the meantime, Terrence came up with the 7,000 and made his freaking video in broad daylight in public by I don't know how many freaking paparazzis he had with him to give me my $7,000 and wide open and say, "Here's the $7,000 I owe Jay. So here you go."
Now, Bricc, you know better than that. You know where we at? We in Tampa. We right here out the back. So it's like,
you right by the house.
Go on Google. You can go on Google right now and type in Lieutenant Dan's boat, and it dropped a pin right here.
Yeah.
No cap.
Yeah, no bullshit.
So imagine, let's say you sitting right here, and I just say, "Hey, bro, I'm handing him 10, and I got a platform. I'm giving Bricc 10 bands right now, and you dolo right here. What is he doing?"
Yeah. You really putting him on the spot. He don't got nowhere to go.
Yeah, but hold on. But let's
Tell
be
me that
fair.
he fucked up.
But let's be fair. Like literally, like his entire
Let's be fair.
trajectory.
Yeah, be fair.
So the
I
entire.
can be fair.
Yeah. So
I try to link. I try to set it up for a meeting at 3:00 at a bank. I was trying to do it at a secure location. He ended up showing here at 6:30 with cameras instead of being a real mother trucker,
right?
And being solid like he said he was.
Because you gotta think you got him on the boat with all that money overnight, and you know,
that's
come
a lick,
on, bro,
for sure.
You know he's good in the.
That's
See,
burnt.
you good in the hood. You thought you was good in the hood until you got 20 bands on the boat.
Right.
They gonna sink that shit.
But
I mean, especially when the shit got broadcast.
Yeah.
To be fair though,
if he would have came on the boat and came down into the cabin and handed it to me, and I would have counted it, and then I would have said, "Okay, listen, I'll make a freaking TikTok video, and I'm gonna give you the plug. I'm gonna say, yeah, he is a man of his word. He paid it. He gave me the money. I got the money. I got the 7,000. Da 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 da. I would have did that all live from inside the boat. Didn't have to do it on the outside where everybody in the world is live streaming this shit. And now I'm a target.
Yeah.
You would have been a target either way. You would have been a target either way, low key, even if they saw you counting it before, like underneath, because they know you have it there, right? Like,
listen, they can't see into the boat.
He could have said he wired it over.
I got you. Yeah.
It's not going to be on TikTok.
It could have been wired. Cash App.
Yeah.
And now to keep it real with everybody, you know what? Everybody's talking bad about this boy right here. All right, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Everybody's talking bad about him. And all kinds
Fake
of
ass island boy
I'm
ass.
getting such hate. You're gonna be tied to me. But here's what happened. Terrence gave me the money. I came down to the cabin. He said, "Count it." So I counted 6,900. I said 6,900. I start laughing. He starts laughing. I said, "Fuck it, don't even worry about it."
So hold on. Then he tells me to count it again, right? And I verified.
Yeah,
69.
I gave it to him. He counted it again, verified it, and I turned around and I went, "Here, go."
Now, mind you, this is the first day he ever met me. I could have walked away, like he said it many times on live. I didn't even think about that, but that's real as hell. I'm not thinking of it like that because Bricc, I'm just gonna hold it down for anybody. Like I'm solid.
Yeah, nah. You got cool vibes. You ain't no thief.
Exactly. But he doesn't know that. Let's talk real human stuff. Would you give a random man $7,000 to this man today?
No.
If I was Lieutenant Dan,
I said, here, go, get out. You know what he did? He went out, he got in his car, he drove down the street, he went to the gas station, put the freaking money in the trunk, went in, bought a soda, came back, walked up with the soda in his hand and drinking it like he just went to the store to get a soda. So nobody could fucking think of anything. But that way the money's in the car, and if I get jumped, it's going to be when I get off the boat.
So, Lieutenant Dan, you did wind up getting the other 33K as well?
No, I didn't get it yet, but I'm in the process of getting it. Now they changed it. Okay, here's the thing with that. I was on the phone with GoFundMe and Terrence this
So
afternoon.
we decided to put everything together. There's a lot of hate on the internet, right? We can agree.
So-
I decided, let's get this right. And all this is irrelevant. It's about Dan. So I said, somehow me and Terrence just decided to squash it, right? Now we're on the same page. I'm like, bro, just help me out. I have text messages and everything to prove it. We ain't gonna do that. I finally get him to agree. He doesn't come down here, but he makes a call to GoFundMe. Yes, he does. So solid. I'm not taking it away from him. Listen, he locks
But
us in, and I give him the
You
phone.
Stop. Listen, it's my deal. Now let me talk. All he did was try to get me attached to the account. Okay, all he wanted to do was get me attached.
Yeah, but you didn't have an ID or a bank account and stuff.
Which I'm not a part. I'm not attached to that in any way right now. But they used me and my image for the description. There's
Mhm.
some guy, Will Shadrick, is the beneficiary, and Terrence is the creator. I am nowhere listed on any of the legal foundation of that thing, but I still should get the money.
Who's the Will? Who's Will?
Because it was given to me.
Who's
But
Will?
the problem is that I don't have any ID, and I don't have any. Well, I don't have any ID. I can get the checking account number, but they want to put it in my name because of tax issue,
Right.
so that they're not responsible for
Yeah.
the taxes.
I don't think you should have to pay taxes because you live on a fucking boat and you
Yeah.
just seem like when I pay taxes, it
He
makes
duty
sense.
free.
I'm driving on the freeway, like I'm
Yeah, he's duty free.
I'm using all these services. You're just out there on the boat. Like, leave you alone. Fuck it.
I agree.
I'm not worried. Listen, I'm not worried about the taxes because that would still not make more than what I would make.
Okay.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm still not going to owe anything. I'm at that level, the 40,000 or whatever it is that I would wind up with.
Mm.
I'm still
Because what happened was, so originally, just to give context to the people watching that might not understand. So the GoFundMe made over 40K, but the first payment, when the first 7K came in, it was under Terrence's name.
Right.
So he got that
Terrence-
dough, and then he was going to give it to him. But then they wanted to switch it to his name, but bro don't got a bank account. He don't got an ID. So it's been like a real arduous process,
Right.
him retrieving that money.
No, but the thing is that nobody expected it to go the way it did, and I'm thankful for that. Okay, because it really grew. There were a lot of donations, a lot of people
Changed your
donated.
life.
I mean, yeah, listen, I've had that kind of money before. It's just where I'm at right now and the way I've been for the last 10 years.
Definitely.
it is
My
definitely-
question, what's
It's
it
gonna
like?
get-
You've been spending your whole life regular guy, some would say, a very street level guy, and now all of a sudden you're famous, like everybody fucking knows who you are. It's like it probably doesn't even feel shocking to be on this podcast. You've been on all these huge fucking streams and everything. What's it like to have that much attention on you all of a sudden?
I don't know what the heck you're talking about. I don't have a TV. I don't watch this. I don't watch this screen. I don't talk to you guys. I don't watch you guys. I don't know who you.
He didn't know you guys were, so
That's
now
cool.
he does.
I like
all
that.
I do on my phone, 'cause that's all I have is my phone, is I take pictures of sunrises and I take pictures of me doing my yoga, my headstands and my handstands, and then I post that crap on Facebook.
The
And then
novice.
I wait for a year and I look at my last year's pictures. That's the kind of stuff that I do.
What were
I
you
just got into TikTok a couple months, maybe a month or two ago.
right? What were you
And all I
eating
did was
prior
just
to this?
Look at
How would you get food prior to all this?
how did I what?
How would you get food? What were you eating prior to this fame?
Listen, okay, the last 2 months have been a real bitch because Social Security cut my check off in June.
Oh shit!
I used to get
wow.
$2,500 a month on my SSDI.
That's why he didn't get the
$2,500 a
boat
month,
that
I
he
live
wanted.
pretty good. I have enough to eat on, and I live the way I lived, whether I lived on the scooter or I live on a boat. It doesn't matter because I don't pay to live outside. I don't pay to sleep.
Uh-huh.
I pay for food and I pay for my weed. That's it.
Well, that's
Now,
good. Okay.
lately, God's got my back every day. Okay, I don't have the money. I'll dig up $1.60 and change. I'll take my coffee cup, which is a Wawa thermal. I go to 7-Eleven. I get a coffee. I go up to pay. They let me go. But at least I go up there with money for it.
Oh, that's nice.
In case they do want to charge me, but they usually know that my coffee, my refill, they let me go. They're really cool about that. And I'll just sit down on the ground outside and I'll listen to music on my phone, drinking my coffee because I'm on crutches. I can't drink it and walk at the same time. I even can't carry it and walk the same time.
Right.
So I go outside, I sit on the ground, I drink my coffee. While I'm sitting there, there's an older gentleman that comes by. He's a Vietnam vet, and he had asked me if I'm a vet, and I said, "No, I'm not." You know, I lost my leg before I ever could become a vet. So
Lieutenant Dan, when Terrence came up to you that day and wanted to have the conversation about like, why are you doing this? Why are you flipping the script
Oh,
on
the
me?
TikTok night.
Yeah. When that happened, like, did you feel like he was being genuine, or did you feel like he was full of shit? Because I'm not gonna lie, when I saw him, I felt like he was legitimately hurt, and I feel like that guy actually did care about you. That's my read of the situation.
listen, Terrence did me dirty. Okay, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
The crazy thing to me is that Terrence allegedly has now been given the streaming deal by Aiden Ross. But let's be real. We have no reason to think that anybody would give a shit about watching Terrence stream, right?
I didn't know who he was until Lieutenant Dan.
I watched a half-hour video about y'all, and I still don't really know who he is. I just don't think, like, him with a kick deal could work.
Yeah.
I just don't think patronizing people that are homeless and like exposing their homelessness and like going. If you're gonna give somebody and help them, you do that in private. That's what I.
What he's doing is
He never saw the God's Plan video by Drake.
no. Listen, he don't know me. He thinks I'm a homeless bum that just lives on a boat. Okay, he thinks I'm some alcoholic that just lives on the boat, and I'm fucking. My motor died on the boat, and I dragged anchor, and I was heading for the bridge, and he just happened to be coming across the bridge. I said, "Hey, can you do me a favor and tie this line over to that pillar over there so I can pull the boat over and get away from the dam underneath the bridge?" So he said, "Sure." So he did it, and I tied up, and I was fine, and he left. That was it. Next day, he shows up, and he goes, "Hey, can you do this?" And he shows me a clip from Forrest Gump when Lieutenant Dan's up on the bridge of the boat, and the storm's coming down, and he's screaming at me, "You can't get me, motherfucker!" And I don't even know what the hell he's saying. And he said, "Can you do this?" And I looked at him, and I looked around, and I said, "It's a fucking beautiful day. What am I mad at? Okay, how am I gonna be?" And I didn't want people to see. I think Lieutenant Dan is the miserable SOB that he was after he lost his leg.
Yeah, he wanted to die in the battlefields.
Yeah, well, you know what? You signed up for it. I'm sorry. You know, I got no love for you. Listen, I love you. Listen, I don't know why people do what you do, but there's a rap song, and I forget who it's by, hip hop, whatever you want to call it. I just like it. But the lyrics go, "Soldier, you sold your soul," or something along those lines. That's what I heard. And when I heard it, it hit me like a freight train. That when you're 18 and you go into the military, you go in and you sign a contract that you're now their property for 2 years. You just gave them your soul. You gave them your life for 2 years. And what if you die during those 2 years? They got your soul. You know?
Just by signing a contract?
Yeah, they're signing a contract. And everything
That's
is a
real
contract.
shit.
He's not wrong.
Ran by contract. And the spiritual realm is ran by contract as well.
He's not really woke like that, Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, I think you should just get money and fuck bitches. Like, are you actually working on fucking any bitches right now, or where's that stand? No? Why not?
I've been selling. Listen, in the last 10 years, and it's between me, you, and everybody on this show, I've gotten laid 4 times, and it was quick.
Bro,
I keep laughing like, what?
Not every 2.5 years. Yeah, better be
between us. We on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Things.
Wait, what kind of pussy you been getting? Like, where you find these scallywags? Oh, they're having a moment.
He said,
I can't hear. Oh, by the way, I'm hard of hearing.
Oh no, it's all good. So
where you been finding the little pieces of pussy that you did hit?
Yeah, how'd you get laid?
That's what I'm talking about. It's not something I want to talk about.
Oh, that's fair.
It wasn't worth it. Trust me.
Little dime sack.
I don't go out. I don't go to bars because I don't drink. So I don't go. There's no place else to meet anybody. If you're sitting even on the beach, you have a hard time talking to people. Okay, especially when you got one leg. I don't go to the beach because I got to walk with crutches. That's real fucking wild. That's real romantic, right? I'm gonna hit on a chick like I stumble up on fucking crutches.
Gucci second leg.
Huh?
Gucci second leg.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying.
For
You know,
sure.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make a fool. I'm like myself. I just don't feel like I feel comfortable. I want to do that.
Definitely. All right.
So,
Dan, last question.
I don't chase. I attract.
Last question.
You want me, come to me.
Where do you go
know?
from here? What's your plan going forward?
As soon as I figure out a way to get some more money than what I already got, I'm looking for a bigger boat. I'm looking for something like 40 foot that has a working good motor. I can put a dinghy on it, and then I'm getting my scooter. I'm getting hopefully that tomorrow that I can get around on land. And then where I park the boat over here, it's free, doesn't cost you anything as long as you're on your anchor, which is no problem. I'm going to live on the boat, but it's going to be a functioning sailboat with a working motor and the whole 9 yards. And I want to drive around. I want to go down to Miami. I want to go down to the Keys. I want to come back up to Fort Lauderdale, see all my friends that I got over in Lauderdale, over in Lake Worth. I mean, that was my stomping ground. So I want to get back over there, and then maybe go out to the Bahamas, check out the Bahamas, play out there for a minute, go down to Cuba for a minute, go see Tupac. Because that's where he is.
Yo,
Yeah. I
the
fuck with it.
Lieutenant Dan vlog going from Tootsie's in Fort Lauderdale and Miami to meeting Pac in Cuba, viral.
Love it.
Hey, who wants to jump on the boat with me?
Come on.
Oh, we're pulling up. Yeah,
We're sliding.
let's line that up.
I'm not coming unless it's some bitches, Dan. You gonna have to change the way that you thinking. You gotta have you some bitches around. You famous now.
Dan, you could be swimming in pussy, bro. Like just literally drenched in poontang.
I can deal with that. I can
Okay.
deal with that. I got no problem with that. Well, I'm good.
Are you in any way associated with
Plug talk.
ATK or
What the hell is
KTA?
this
Because
plug talk I keep hearing
our
about?
man right here, he's got some issues out there.
What happened? Wait. I'm sorry. I don't care about.
Do you know about Fulio?
He had a
What
great.
the hell? What the hell is this plug talk?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, I will give you a free membership, but only plugtalk.com. Me and my wife, we have a podcast that we do every week where we interview a different woman and then have sex with her on camera.
Whoa! Get the fuck out of town.
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta see this.
Yeah, we'll send you a free membership for sure. I would love to know that you were beating off to my pornography.
Well, no, I'm not gonna do
It's
that. I'm
just
just see
him.
how crazy you are.
It's just him, but he get
Oh,
special thanks to.
never mind. I don't know.
No, it's
No,
him
it's
and
not
his
just
wife.
me. It's me and like one or more women.
Yeah, it's him and like
I don't want to see that.
It's not just him jerking off.
You could try to, not pay attention to me and kind of focus on the girls.
Okay, I get it. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I can dig it.
For
But
sure.
I'm gonna go do my yoga while you're on there.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, a lot of people. I'm basically doing yoga while I'm in the pussy. Hey, Dan, thank you so much. We're definitely
I'm
going to
not
tap
fucking
in.
with you. I'm just keeping it real.
That's right.
Yeah, we're going to come out there real soon. We appreciate your time and make sure you
Hey,
take good care of our man here.
Thank you for having me. Really, I mean it. And I was only.
all right, my nigga.
Yeah, can we get one more N-bomb?
What's that?
All right, my nigga.
Huh?
I
Break,
said,
tell
all
him
right.
what you just said.
I said, all right, my nigga. My nigga.
Love you, brother.
He
He learned it. You learned it.
He's learning.
Well, hey.
Sing the chorus of YG's song. YG and Jeezy.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. YG and Jeezy.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
What? Yo, Check seems mad cool, but
I be fucking with Check.
Check
And I'm in Tampa. He right by the little spot in Tampa.
Check is like on the cool side of Bricc Wolfpack.
What do you mean by that?
He just seems like a character that's just like out in the mix.
But
And
when we think of Bricc Wolfpack right now, we think about him.
well,
fucking-
Bricc because Bricc
Kissing
Wolf.
left together.
That's what came across our desk, but Bricc Wolfpack is dude does a lot of antics
All right.
that for the online,
I feel-
engagement scene.
They can hear us right now? Well, it says, oh, okay. My feed, it said, please stand by on the screen, but I guess that's gone. They said we could have asked more, but I feel like we asked everything that I could have thought of.
I mean, what do you want to know about the precipitation in Tampa? Like,
Yeah, what else is there?
I feel like we covered it pretty fucking well.
I mean, my research was watching Flacco's video, and that was it.
well, I'll tell you this, and even from Flacco's video, you could derive a lot. And
Yeah.
from Flacco's video, it looked like the dude, although he might have, the Terrence guy or whatever, might have been exploiting him a little bit. But I do feel like even Flacco said in his video, it was like mutually beneficial. At first, Terrence was being like somewhat altruistic, it looked like, and then it was mutually beneficial. But what clearly happened is a bunch of people got around Lieutenant Dan and, you know, wanted to separate him from Terrence.
Yeah.
And like did that. And that's kind of what happened. So I'm not blaming Check, or maybe Check's a part of that. Maybe he's not. I don't know. Maybe Check has his best interest in mind. Seems like a chill dude. But like I do feel like it's just like a bunch of people pulling this guy in all directions, and I don't think he really has any clue what's going on.
Getting famous and not knowing who the fuck to trust, and just going from like the most random dude on earth that like 10 people even know that you exist to like all of a sudden there's just like a million people having conversations about you. It's gonna be fucking weird. He's gonna be like, I know how debilitating and bizarre it was for me to go from like a regular guy to like famous in the course of like a couple years, and just like how, like, I don't think it really fucked me up that bad, but it felt like it had so much potential to. And so seeing it happen on like an even crazier scale with him, where it's like literally one day you're a random guy and the next day a million people know who you are, I mean, my heart goes out to him.
Well, yours was way more gradual. Plus, it's something you aspired to. Like,
yeah, I wanted it. Yeah,
you threw your name in the hat. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, this dude had no clue what the fuck was going on, and it's clear that it has almost bum fights energy. And I'm not calling him a bum. I'm not like making fun of Lieutenant Dan, but just like the way that those dudes like Rufus and Bling Bling and all those characters, they were like really kind of. We're looking to these guys that were filming them as like their friends, and we're helping them, when meanwhile there's just like a bunch of people trying to capitalize off of whatever they got going on.
No, 100%. And I mean, people in general, they're very like, one of the main things you can do to go viral is do anything involving the homeless. People are very, very fascinated by the homeless.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, my first viral thing in my life that went like nationwide, global viral was BMX riders bunny hop over the homeless.
Yeah.
I don't even know if people fucking remember that anymore, but that was like the thing that had me on like the local news all over America, which I had never really had before.
Okay.
Do we have to revisit this segment?
I do. I've heard you speak about this multiple times. I don't think I've actually seen it though, to be honest with you.
Wow, this could be really good. Oh my God.
Oh, look at you.
Outrage tonight over a viral video that was posted on Facebook of a professional bike rider or two actually using homeless people as props in the video. NBC4's McCullough Medina found who posted the video, and you'll be surprised to hear why he said he's not taking it down.
Spoiler, I was sitting in the back of the bike shop where we used to do all the old No Jumper interviews, and I was smoking blunts with the guys, like multiple blunts to the face. And then I emerge from there. They're like literally like the store employee is like, yo, Adam, like there's somebody here from the news and he wants to ask you about bunny hopping over the homeless. So that's what you're seeing in this video. You were probably not even around for this.
Is this what, 2014? Like,
this was, let's get an official count.
this has got to be before XXX, right? Yeah, 10 years ago.
Yeah. March 2014. So this is like, you know, almost like 2 years before the X thing. So this is like the very beginning. Like at this point, my clout was entirely like, you know, BMX oriented. And I think at this point we were like hanging out with Xavier Wolf and like a few other like underground rappers, a little bit, just starting to get a little bit of a taste of what it would be like to be kind of lit.
Fifth and Main is where Skid Row comes face to face with an evolving downtown. And it's also the place where this professional BMX biker Brandon began and two of his friends using sleeping homeless people as props for their tricks.
That's
Personally, I think it's disgusting. These are human beings and they're using them for stunts.
LAPD officer Dion Joseph.
By the way, I had so many cops tell me that they thought this was tight. Like the cops would just pull up on us and be like, I seen you bunny hopping the bums. That shit was funny as fuck. And then you got this guy out here just straight virtue signaling. This is the Rooga of this era of my life.
But before I moved to fucking MacArthur Park, I might have looked at this differently, but now I'm like, fuck yeah.
Bro,
like line three of them up
I learned how to bunny hop
over homeless.
over homeless people.
I didn't even know there was such a
And I
lineage
swear
for
to
this
God,
behavior.
like, yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm
There
like,
you go.
damn, this is gonna sound fucked up. Like my boy, he used to on the route to the gas station from the house. It was like a bum like hangout where they all used to be asleep. So if we go when it's like early in the morning or late at night, we
But
literally got a bunny.
At
hop
this
over
point,
there.
I had no idea that fast forward a few years and I would be homeless K.
Exactly.
And me and Val would basically spearhead a movement.
Just the origins of the set right here.
All right, peep game.
Has worked on Skid Row for 16 years and is appalled.
This is just a matter of, not having value for another human being.
It's exploitation of the homeless people.
We showed the video to several people downtown, many of them homeless.
That's not right. It's not right.
Even downtown visitors were dismayed.
Homeless people should be treated with respect and not a piece of furniture.
The video was posted on the OFS Bike Shop's Facebook page. We went to the store just a block away from Skid Row. They've only been open for 3 months.
Even though nobody got hurt, it's like right on the line of being messed up, and so that was kind of a concern for me.
Adam Grandmason is the store owner and says Brandy Begin rides for his shop. He wasn't around when the trio made the video, and he says he actually thought twice about posting the video online, but he still did. Why would you post it on your Facebook page?
Well, being that look at those eyes.
Still did. Why would you
highest
post it
white boy
on
you've
your
ever seen in your
Facebook
life.
page?
Like, why the fuck are you guys here? Right
Why
now?
did I post it? Because I thought it was funny and cool, and who cares? That's like my actual answer at this point in my life.
Well, being that nobody got hurt or anything, I didn't think that it was too offensive.
And even though he's getting tons of negative comments, Grandmason says he'll keep it up.
I was complicit in it by posting on the Facebook, I guess, but I also felt like, in that case, it all's well that ends well, I guess, because nobody did get hurt.
I'd like to have them come for a Skid Row tour so I can educate them on homelessness and what these individuals go through. It's hard enough.
LAPD says often the homeless are targeted to stunts that go terribly wrong, and they're saddened that Grandmason will continue to keep.
This guy is like 4 feet tall. That's one thing I learned. in this whole thing.
De plane.
Yo, but just looking back on that shit, like, I don't know. Like, it was because think about the elements that made this viral. BMX bikes, sort of viral. Facebook / social media at that time, kind of viral. Homeless people, boom. You put somebody doing bike tricks over a homeless person in Skid Row, posting it on Facebook. Put all those pieces together, is viral. You have oatmeal on your shirt.
That sucks. I'm not moving it either.
Do you have videos that you want to show us? Are you going to treat us to the Smac content?
Is that what you want?
Well, you promised something. I mean, I did put it in
This
the title.
ain't what they want.
I'm probably going to have to take it out of the title if you don't want it in there.
Nah, I didn't know. I didn't know that because I saw the chat and it was like, we not talking.
Well, but I mean, you made a promise.
So look. It's funny.
You can premiere it on your own channel as well.
No. Fuck that. I don't even care. I can react to it on my channel. It's going to get demonetized anyway.
It's not like that viral. Or it's not that violent. You can't really see that much.
Let me put it out. They're going to try to strike my... You know how they...
Oh, okay.
Come on, man.
They can't. It's not released on anything. They can't strike it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
But will.
They could report it for violence, maybe, I guess. But what you're seeing what? Like what actually happens in the video?
No, we about to play the video.
Okay, fire it up. Did you send it to him?
I'm about to do it right now.
Oh, okay. Lieutenant Dan is basically the Smac of Tampa, I guess.
He's definitely
They're both in the peg leg club.
He definitely got a. He definitely is has the same
level of sophistication.
Yeah, and like wistful, like childlike innocence about his, you know what I mean? Like it's so like not like tuned into really what's going on that they have just a very different perspective, which kind of makes them interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
But this right here is going to add a little bit of a
Smacky, that's your ass, Mr. Postman.
That's crazy. You guys went from like cool to not cool.
I don't even know why he jumped into it.
I don't even understand how that happened because it's kind of weird that they based like a whole week of content on us and like literally there's like 20 videos from that universe that are titled about No Jumper when like Sharp and No Jumper no longer working together has nothing at all to do with them.
Yeah,
I think it's because I said Dejan and them was fucking. But I don't know. I think they start mentioning me before that. I don't know. They just start coming.
Wait, people didn't know that already? You were the one that...
Dyke. They said Bricc Baby Ben a Dyke or some shit in one of the titles.
Wait, they didn't know that they were fucking on Dijon over there? Like, I thought everyone knew that.
Hold on. I support that. Sometimes you gotta pipe an employee down.
Should I airdrop it?
Email it to... Yeah. Email what? Donnie at November? Got it. Yeah, bum fights, dude. I actually heard about this dude who, check this out.
Shouts to Rufus the stunt bum.
I heard about a dude who was part of bum fights, and then he like went on with his life and like went into another line of work. And then
they're all in San Diego. That was like a Dago thing. They
Yeah.
call Dago for sure.
Dude, somebody told me about this. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to even find it, but somebody was telling me that like the guy who started bum fights had like basically moved on and created like a whole new life for himself. And then
It's gonna haunt him forever.
but then he like,
There, D.
okay, it's been sent. Donnie will pull it up onto the screen.
He didn't Rufus get bum fights tattooed? They tattooed it on his forehead. Remember?
I don't know. I feel like I've never seen whatever that fucking cartoon is, the Boondocks. So I don't know.
No, but they really did tattoo bum fights across bro's forehead. Like
What, in the show?
no, like it's a real life thing. Bum fights, like you remember bum fights?
Yeah, but I don't know like as much lore as you're
Oh
apparently up on.
yeah. Okay, so like the main dude, his name was Rufus.
Okay.
They wound up tattooing on his forehead like the bum fights logo.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Well, I would like to look into that. But I'm gonna
that's what
pull
made
this up
people
and check.
trip out super hard. That's when they were like, oh, like this is.
How you doing? He say he went. I ain't never been toked like that. That nigga said he got me off the ground. That was cute. I don't even know why you even jumped into this, my boy. You remember this night? Do you remember?
So we gotta press play on this. Wow, I'm kind of excited.
Of September.
Do you remember this night? Smac's right here in the wheelchair. Sit your ass down,
So
nigga.
the guy with the yellow backpack has just got.
Yeah, they put him in his wheelchair. Like,
Oh,
nigga, sit
okay.
down, bitch ass nigga. Cause you some bitch. I'm 6'.
Oh, dude, he's trying to stand up and get enough with this guy or what?
Cause you's a mark, nigga. Now play the second one. This how it went afterwards. Cause you's a mark, nigga. Dead homies, nigga. Don't talk to me about nothing, nigga.
And he's like so proud of his like motorcycle crew, and it turns out he's getting
I
pumped
don't
out
even
over
think
there.
he a part of the crew. Cause the second one he getting stripped for that bet. Mark,
That's what's happening.
look, give me that, nigga. Hold on. Maybe because you used to be from Boulder. I don't know. Yeah, shit, Mark. Marcus, how'd you get this shit? Because I'm a real gang member, nigga. That's how
This is very Black 100 of you.
Yeah, I'm a real gang member, nigga. On the dead homies, nigga. When you check my resume, don't forget the shitty though. Extra. Dead homies, nigga. You're a buster, a mark, nigga. Ain't nothing happened to none of them niggas right there, nigga. On 6-0 Crip, nigga. And that issue was on you, nigga. I was getting into it with the security guard on West Side Rolling, nigga, and on Hood. P Nice stopped me from doing what I was gonna do. Bitch ass nigga, they made you sit down, ho, nigga. On Hood, where's your pistol at, nigga? On Hood, I thought you would do this if a nigga did it. Oh, Hood, how gravel. If you any nigga do that to me, I'm blowing him down. Bitch ass nigga, they just told your bitch ass to sit down. You hoe ass nigga, fuck is you talking about, ho? The fuck? Come on, you bitch ass. Yeah, come on, cuz. On the Hood, we ain't even gonna do that, cuz. Stop playing like we equal or something like that, bro. On the Hood, nigga ain't never choked me in my life, nigga. Dead homies.
So Bricc,
What did you talk about?
Bricc, I'm curious. Do we have a little insight of like what led to that incident? Why did he get
He's
snatched?
a mark. He been a mark. They be doing shit like that to mark ass niggas. You don't never hear about it.
So those are other fools from the motorcycle club that did that? Or?
I don't know. They can figure
They
it
from
out.
somewhere
nigga.
else, or?
I'm not telling on everybody, nigga. Them is all homeboys though.
Okay.
It wasn't no enemies. So how about that? That was the home team, whatever it was.
That's crazy that being like a streamer and having a whole YouTube career didn't protect him from getting his vest stripped off of his back.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nigga, they took your stripes.
You think
You
called a
gonna
big
go
deal?
for that?
You call a big deal afterwards to handle that?
All I know is like as far
Big deal probably made the call.
Probably, he was probably there.
It's his fault.
The video's so low
It's because
quality, he
of
might have
Big
been
Deal.
there.
He filmed it. Big Deal filmed it.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, that's like probably the worst thing that could happen to a biker besides like getting in an accident is getting your fucking cut stripped off of you, that's like
he knows and he not
verified from the
we're
homie
not
the
in that
corner,
world, but I've heard. I mean, that's like the worst. Like I seen videos of dudes running down on dudes at the fucking gas station and being like, "Give me that."
Yeah,
and it's like the most humiliating vibe possible. Also, it kind of says a lot that clearly they planned on filming it. Like whoever filmed it, they were posted up filming it for a reason. Like they wanted to have proof that took place.
Cause he's a buster. Damn. Stop acting like you just super tough, nigga. I came over there with y'all by myself. I didn't think you was super tough. Nigga.
Kill squads?
All I'm saying is we not finna, you shouldn't even have jumped in that. And T-Real, you shouldn't jump in that either. Y'all both should just jump back out the water now. On the hood. Jump back out the water, gang. I'm gonna give y'all time to jump out the water because it gets worse.
You know what the funniest thing about, like, and I don't want to dwell, I know none of us want to dwell too much on them or their responses, but it seemed like there was this real concerted effort made to create like dissension amongst the ranks and divide and conquer.
They've really kind of
here.
resigned themselves to that. Like nothing else is working, so they've gone full reaction channel, which years ago when I called them a reaction channel, it really kind of seemed like I was exaggerating and like saying something funny. And now there's just absolutely no denying that, which is, it's kind of crazy. I feel like we got to stall them out and like not really give them like the fuel that they need, so it keeps looking more and more pathetic.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I did want to, but it's just like
no, that was crucial.
They
we had to do
came,
that.
yeah. Because I really could end niggas. I be keeping it real. I been knew about that. I knew about that before I even met you. Nigga, been knew about that, right? But at the end of the day, you niggas sit here and just try to cause friction between me and Adam. Everything cool. I'm a grown man. Even if I did have some fucked up conversations with Dejan that went to the point of me saying some shit like, so at this point, you would know every word of that motherfucker. Right. And you'd just be having to make your decision, nigga. Is you gonna keep me or you not?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I told you. I said, hey, I felt, nigga, at the time that if you did ignore some shit like that, what's the difference between him and me? You get what I'm saying? I didn't I text you? I said I didn't feel a certain type of way the first day, but then that's when I called you because it was sitting on my, like, it was on my conscience to call you. So I called you. I tapped in. Boom, boom, boom. You like, yeah, you know, you give me the real rundown. I'm like, oh, he bamboozled me. Like, so now you're calling me back like, oh, you got the plug on this, that, and the other. And I'm like, yeah, here. And I showed you whose number it was.
Right.
And I just acted like it was that.
Because
like,
when you called me at first about that, I had to be the one to tell you, like, hey, that shit ain't real.
Yeah. He told me that. Like, I'm going with the damn Adam kind of fucked up. I'm like, fuck, that's my boy. Let me just try to holler at him and try to get him up out of it. You know what I mean?
I was mad confused, but off rip, I knew that like the story didn't make any sense.
Right.
You feel me? It didn't.
And then you got to think, he put that gay drama on it.
Of course,
he sold it. He sold it, bro.
Jesse Smollett.
Yeah. Exactly.
If he lived in Lizzo's
body.
I was gonna say, yeah.
And he did that to T. Like he's like, oh, can I go into detail? No, because he like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna go into no crazy.
But he
detail,
also
but
he
like
said
a motherfucker
that
closed
he said
the
someone
door.
here is gay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like you don't think I want to know?
Yeah.
Fill me in. I love
Put us out there.
Honestly, like I've been thinking about it. I can't really think of anybody.
Besides the two people sitting at the table with me, like there's others. Like
I think the recoil, man, he might have really gave Flacco some of that pussy.
Oh,
he ain't gonna expose Flacco. Even if he knew Flacco was gay, he wouldn't expose that.
I mean, Flacco probably would get more followers. We already know.
No, because he's curating a misogynistic audience.
He founded Tony Willrich. That's Flacco's work.
If Flacco turned out to be gay, he's bigger than Harvey, dog. Like he's literally he could be a medium mogul.
Picture just walking into the Abbey. Like you ever been to a gay bar?
I have.
Imagine walking in there and seeing Flacco just having a good time, socializing.
I can see that though. I can see Flacco. Right. So, all right, I'm going, y'all. All right. I can see him going there and not fucking nobody.
Flacco?
Yeah.
At the gay bar?
Yeah.
I've been at a gay bar.
Yeah, I can see Flacco going to the gay bar to just
There's
go.
for sure a lot of pussy crawling around gay bars too. Like,
Yo, me and Lena back in 2018.
You've been before.
Of course.
Probably the last time I went
What
to
do
a
you
gay bar.
mean?
Me and Lena go to a gay bar with another girl. thinking, and I'm thinking like, oh, this is great. Night on the town. We end up the night having a threesome. We brought 2 more bitches home. We had like do the math, 6-some, a 5-some. Sorry.
That's you and your girl. So they already know that you're not gay.
Right.
I went to
a
gay party with my girl. Let me not say, I'm not going to get into too much detail because they don't even know. I think we're still not supposed to know this was a gay party.
How gay of a party?
Oh, it was Atlanta low key.
That's
party.
all the word. That's the word I was looking for.
Bro, look, we go out there, right? I ain't going to say for whose event or whatever it was. We go out there. It's me and my girl. And we get there and it's like, damn. Okay. Oh, all right. I start telling motherfuckers I got a wife. This my girl. That's how fucked up it was. I swear to God. And I was all shrooms and fucking Molly.
They were popping it to you.
Bro, they was popping it everywhere you could think of, but it was like some low-key was niggas dressed like us. That it was niggas like, you know what I'm saying? Jermaine Dupri was there.
Because they got tough gays. They got hood gays.
You hear me?
Yo.
You hear me? You heard who was there, right?
Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
All right, so
Wait,
Jermaine,
he's a Zest Lord?
I don't know.
Nah, he's just Atlanta as fuck. He's just everywhere.
Jazzy Faye was there.
Product shizzle.
Listen, bro, it was one of them parties, bro.
Sodom Mizzle?
And then so now, see, I didn't know. I came because somebody in my family just wanted me to go out with him, and they didn't know that this person was like bi, but he got a girlfriend. You get what I'm saying?
A 22-ster.
So now, I'm gonna tell you, I accidentally bump into a nigga. And he like turn around, but he don't like give me the nigga vibe. Like, nigga, why you touch me? He thought it was, I had to grab like, this my bitch, nigga. What did you talk about? Like, I got a wife. I started walking through the party telling everybody, I got a wife, nigga. That's how bad it was.
Your shirt says,
what? I went to the car.
You didn't have this dick's not gonna suck itself shirt on?
Oh, nah. My people I came with said that I acted an ass and they never invite me back out to no shit like that. I said, thank you.
You didn't have on the I'm not gay, but $20, just $20 shirt?
Yo.
You seen that one?
No.
That's a good one. You get that at like the carnival.
Yo.
Like the beach. You could definitely get that in Venice right now.
Bro, no, I don't think you know what that did to my life. Like, my wife knows I'm fucked up from that night. Like, I want to really go into detail, but it's like, then the person is going to be mad, and then it got something to do with the music.
I was with a girl one time at a movie theater in downtown Long Beach, and then we get done the movie, we're drinking while we're watching the movie, so we're already like feeling it, and we decided we want to go to a bar. The nearest bar is Hamburger Mary's, which is like a gay bar, but we're thinking like, whatever, it's we just want to have a couple of drinks, it's all good. We failed to consider that it's like 12:30. It's like real late. Like the bar's only gonna be open for another hour. We walk in that bitch, and this bitch, she was hot. Damn, I wish I knew her name still. I would Google her. But we walk in there, and it's like hella gay dudes with no shirts on, sweaty, and hairy chest.
And they're trolling for cock because it's that time of night.
What? I saw a legitimate
time of night.
I see like 5 dudes in a conga line with their shirts off, fat as fuck, just having the time of their fucking life. I have never held a girl's hand so tight in my life. This girl that I'm on my like second date with, I'm holding on for dear life. When I had to skedaddle to go hit the bathroom, oh man, I felt like a man without a country. I was just like, God damn it, let me survive this walk to the bathroom.
No,
she would have to come stand by the door.
What you said earlier when you brought up like, oh, they looked like they was straight or they looked like regular hood dudes, that totally reminded me of one night I was in Oakland, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm with 2 bitches. This like 2004 or some shit, 2004. So like, active ass Oakland era. I'm walking 2 white bitches and me, and we leaving the little club, and they were going to get some blunts at the damn gas station. As we walking up the street, see a bunch of turfies with dreads and golds right there. You feel me? We in Oakland, I'm not really thinking much, right? But as we walk by, they start making comments about the girls, right? They're like, damn, blood, she got hella ass. Hey, you see that bitch, blood? Just being Oakland as fuck. They're talking about the girls. You feel me? So I'm with them. We're walking. They're behind us. I'm like, oh, they're like going to the same spot as us. They're for sure going to say some shit. This is going to be a confrontation. I'm starting to feel a little nervous. I'm lacking. You feel me? I'm very outnumbered. We get to the spot, and as soon as I'm paying for the swishers, because they first are like, hey, hey, she got ass. And they're like, damn, girl, where'd you get those jeans? Like, they switched instantly. and they're all gay as fuck. You feel me? Like, oh, she's cute. I like those jeans. Are those the Frankie B's? Da, 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 da. I was like, what the fuck, fool? Like, yeah.
Shit.
Gold teeth, dreads. You feel me? Look like they would be in a fucking D-Lo video, or you feel me? All black.
Of
Yeah.
course.
You know what I'm saying? Like straight.
Of course, the D-Lo video and they D-Lo.
I'm just saying, you feel me? Like, no inclination whatsoever that they
It
were
really shows
homosexuals.
how not gay Bossman D-Lo is, that he was able to name himself Bossman D-Lo and not ever consider that D-Lo means something in certain scenarios.
Yeah, and same with D-Lo, because he never gave a fuck about no.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
such a midget that he knew nobody would think he was gay.
Damn.
He's just like,
He's
he's got his own little social
his
network.
dick hangs lower than the average.
Your interview,
Because he's low to the ground already. So
your interview with DB was very interesting.
You like that?
I did like it a lot. Shouts to DB.
Filthy Rich already talking shit in my DMs.
Well, I will say,
Not about me, but about him.
clearly, and DB's a very interesting dude. I've been around him several times.
I'll fuck with him.
I
Let's
don't
go fuck
agree
up
with
our
I don't
nostrils.
agree with the claim of him being the first drill rapper from Oakland.
Uh-huh.
I don't consider him a drill rapper.
Well, he's talking about
But-
being the first person to really be like beefing on tracks.
Well, I mean, and also the way the hyphy movement was characterized is like purely. Yeah, exactly. Fools were like the way it was characterized as this positive party thing. Like fools were fucking selling dope and shooting each other in all those songs and all those clubs. I can't tell you how many clubs I saw get shot up right before my face.
For real?
Yes, it was a very janky era. Like fun as fuck. The parties were turned, but yeah, like it wasn't all the way he characterized it. Although DB is dope, but there is like a really active Oakland drill scene. There's rappers like Choppa Tank and a bunch of dudes that are on that same type of Chirac drill time. I would say that what DB said that was accurate is he kind of brought it back. It was one of the fools that were bringing back the mob era and diverting from the super high tempo hyphy music and was bringing it
I
back.
really like talking to him. He definitely stood out to me as somebody that would make sense as a host.
I think he'd be great. I agree. I think he
we could
has
do something.
potential for sure.
It's got potential. I don't know.
Did y'all? I didn't
Fuck
see
the Bay.
Chill.
Nah,
No, you're
I
just
try to
feeding
get
them.
it back cracking. I try to get it back cracking.
Swamp Stories.
They
posting
know
about
me in
it.
the Bay now.
Fizzler's like, oh, here we go. Here's our post.
Yeah. Fuck the Bay, man. You know what I'm saying? They can't come to LA no more, nigga. Any cool me nigga come down here. Nah, I'm just playing. Shout out all my cool me stuff.
Yo, can I throw out a little
You're
weird tidbit? You want to know? I already told you guys, but like crazy little thing is that me and Lil Pump built the bridge.
Okay, let's.
That cool.
Yeah, back
Don't
fucking.
clip this. You don't got to clip it for the channel or nothing because we are going to do a reunion in the near future. But after a few years of us, kind of slinging some mud against each other and everything, it's like I just hit him up through Fizzle. Shout out to Fizzle. Fizzle got us on the phone.
Thank you, Fizzle.
Thank you, Fizzle. That's a very appropriate ad lib. And I don't know. It was weird as fuck just being back on the phone with him because it was like we didn't miss a beat. And
He's grown, I'm assuming.
oh my God, bro. He is like, I know he's still be wilding on streams and everything like that, but it's like a completely different person. Totally level headed. He's completely sober. He doesn't even smoke weed anymore. Super chill.
That means he's secretly doing coke and Adderall.
He says he doesn't do any drugs, and I tend to take his word for it because
Why would he?
he
lie
was
to
so
you?
open about drugs back in the day, and it's like his whole like demeanor and everything has fucking changed so much, and that was kind of crazy. Like it was just
Yeah.
It actually makes me feel bad because I now realize that when he was younger and doing hella drugs, I should have pushed him a little bit more to at least like question. I didn't actually ask him like what led to him getting off of drugs completely, but it was like, I don't know, I kind of like regret because when he was 17, I didn't even think it was a possibility that he was going to get sober in the future.
Well,
you know?
let's also be real, Adam. Like, he probably wouldn't have wanted to hang out with you if you were saying that shit to him. He probably would have.
That's
been
realistic. Yeah, that's probably.
Let's be honest, bro. He's a fucking teenager. Like,
We all doing drugs. Everybody,
Come on.
if you're not doing drugs, you're
You
a pussy.
can't
Get
kick
the
it.
fuck out of here.
That's why
Yeah.
I want to ask him what led to
pussy.
him stopping because I feel like
Quitters suck.
he had to be at the point where he was ready. you know?
Well, yeah.
But actually, really, if you stop doing drugs, then I would probably feel the same way. Like, damn, he's capable of not doing drugs anymore.
Look,
I should have like been putting it out there more over the years.
In order for me to stop, I literally had to disrupt my entire fucking life.
But my whole thing,
I had to go to rehab and all that.
If I
shit.
stop rapping and entertaining, I stop doing drugs. It's no way I'm finna sit here. I mean, well, weed's not a drug, but it ain't no way I'm finna sit. I probably have to drink alcohol or something. I have to change and get into that fifth dimension that people aren't in order to be different. Like in order to rap anything, like I tried it sober. I've been in jail with no drugs rapping, and it's like you rapping about conscious shit. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah,
like you're woke. Like nobody. You're not. You don't
I
have.
feel
That,
like
I don't
I
give
can
a
rap
fuck.
sober
bro.
and not sound like Talib Kweli.
Because you know that you
but I'm
want to
not a
be
real
a
rapper.
troll fucking rapper. But you know you like you're not coming with hood shit. and
Yeah,
real
but
shit.
also
I have to build enough. Go ahead. Lush.
No, because fuck you. No,
Go ahead, bro. 'Cause
but-
I'm trying to get it.
No.
Go ahead. Nah, it's good.
Look. When you
Your trigger finger's always a little itchy, Lush.
all right, but the thing is, like those great moments, like the wouldn't have come out if it wasn't for drugs. The pass me the balloon, fool. Was the Percocets coursing through your veins. That's
Maybe.
freestyled that.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I feel like I was
100%.
off like a spliff at that point. It might have been because of that, but I don't know. I feel like I would have said that either way. Either way, I
It
feel like,
kicked in.
Come on, man, you
so
was
fucking
high.
moderate for the motherfucking stream. You start snapping when that motherfucking kick.
the
Yes,
image of Galaxy Gas has changed so much in the past 2 months that it's like I already am like, damn, like I'm not letting anybody catch me with a fucking balloon in my hand, because that shit went from being viewed through my whole life fucking around with nitrous was viewed like
Cool.
smoking some weed. It's like it's just a regular ass
still
fucking
is.
drug. Now people are acting like it's fentanyl. Like you are
No.
doing the worst thing possible
No.
for yourself. And I don't really see like people changing or modifying that belief or assumption.
I don't know. I rather enjoy the Galaxy Gas.
I mean,
you like
your
it?
fucking
You come home to
intestines. His intestines are already fucking rotted out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Who gives a
Exactly.
fuck if they
Yeah.
freeze? The nitrous
Come on.
might freeze them back in there.
It might help me.
Yeah, it might
might-
reconstruct some shit.
Yeah, you might need that. It might help you out.
It might add a little nuance.
It's like that fucking what's that therapy? Chiro. The
chiropractor?
No. The freezing.
Oh,
Cryogenic.
Yeah, cryo.
Damn. And you know what's crazy too? I said to Pump, I said, hey, we both porn stars now.
that's what I was
And
thinking.
he goes, I'm a retired porn star. But we didn't really get into why he hung it up. But
He's out the game already.
he was piping people on camera, girls,
No, I remember
for a
that.
while, but I don't know what happened to that. He decided to hang it up at some point.
I have like homegirls that are old. It's funny because I've known them since they were in their 20s, but now they're like in the MILF category of like porn, and they were like totally trying to fuck Lil Pump.
For real?
Like, yeah, and we're like wanted to get on. She's like, "Oh, that should be my."
If
next
you're
scene
an
is Lil Pump.
OnlyFans girl and it's like you have all these random dudes you could shoot with, or you could shoot with a famous rapper, I mean, one's going to get you a lot more fucking attention. So it makes sense for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
When you and Pump initially fell out,
I shoot with Pump.
Jesus Christ. No, you want to know why? That was one thing, because like me and him, after like when we were beefing back then, I kind of like assumed based on our brief communication about it that he was mad at me for like something I said on the podcast. And then once I actually talked to him, I realized it wasn't even about anything I said on the podcast. It was just about the Instagram account, which I
reporting on shit.
I kind of remember this time period, and I remember like, you know who posted a bunch of crazy shit was Ya Dig.
Oh yeah,
Who we still haven't. Still nobody knows what the fuck happened to him.
wasn't he spotted like in a mall in Australia?
I think
like,
that was Cap, but possibly. But either way, I remember You Dig posting something that pissed Perp off. No, this is not Pump, but this is like a similar thing probably. But like he posted like, which one of these rappers do you think fell off the worst? And it was like it was like Perp and like Lil Xan and like a couple other dudes that I like had like a good relationship with. And then fucking Perp hits me up like, bro, why you posting that? And I'm like, oh, god damn it. And I deleted it. But like, I mean, I'm sure there was other stuff around there, so I apologize. All that. We didn't even get into like some of the more intense stuff that happened between us, but we'll get to that sooner or later. I'm gonna go out there soon.
We're going to Florida.
You want to go?
You know,
he might not trust you.
I'm big eye.
He's probably suspicious of grimy dudes like you. I don't know.
Who?
Really?
Maybe. I don't know.
Me?
You were never around him, were you?
I was in jail.
That's what I'm saying.
I helped
remember
him
that,
while
yeah.
I was in jail. You remember that time? Okay, you remember that time because you kicked it with him his whole time with Dub and all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember that time you guys are at a basketball game during BET weekend and Magic said some crazy shit or
I don't think
some
I was
shit
there.
like that. Somebody said something crazy to Pump to where I had to make a phone call from in there in order to.
Oh. I kind of
That was
maybe
the same
loosely
weekend
remember
as
that.
Dexter getting his chain snatched. I was making a lot of phone calls from jail.
Right.
Oh, I remember that weekend. I think Halloween around that time, I think it was that year. I remember we went to a party and Dub was dressed like YG for Halloween.
I remember that
Yeah.
too.
That was 2017.
The
Times
Dub,
they are changing.
18.
Yeah, totally.
Things change. Yeah.
the Dub interview, or I don't even know if it was an interview or it was just a No Jumper show where he's talking about the process of procuring lean in
all over the
foreign
world,
countries for lean or for pump is amazing.
He probably put in some serious fucking work back then.
And I've actually,
Because they were competing. They basically turned Sip and Lean into like a
a
competition.
sport.
Yeah.
And I remember I went over to Pump's house one time and Dub was like curled up on the couch. You know, he's always Mr. Energy. And he was just like not the same guy that I fucking have hung out with over the years. And I was just like, damn, so
He's glued.
this is the
This
bad
is when-
part of that
yeah, this is when
experience.
you
Okay.
get knocked out.
Gluey Lewis in the news, baby.
Yeah.
Come
Me
on, you
and,
get glued.
Used to indulge in a whole lot of juice. I don't know. I didn't know that juice was fucking. I mean, it still doesn't seem like it does anything bad to you, but like that shit really alters your whole fucking day.
I drank a good one the other day with Big Sad while we were shooting my video, dropping soon. And yeah, that was the next day. I was moving slow.
What?
It's so crazy because a line back in the day I wouldn't even feel that. For,
Yeah, that's what I'm like. When I was going, I'd take like 6 Xans, pull a 4. I'd be cool the whole night, get some pussy, nigga,
Now
be
you
up
old.
in the morning.
an A to the face
old now.
daily.
What I be pouring, when I pull up, it's over with. Like, even when I pod, like, you see me nodding and shit, I'm like, that is not the fucking, it's never cool to sip lean on a pod. Like, not for me.
Yeah.
It's like, it alters everything. Like, back
It
in the
gonna
day,
do.
it used to be,
It's different.
Probably like the time on the pod when I felt like I had the least to say in recent memory was when we did the fucking Big Sad episode, and I was that felt like I got nothing to say.
I watched you. I watched everything just.
That's my favorite part of lean is like when I'm sipping lean and how I know that the lean has hit me. Like when I'm listening to a song and then like it'll be like the song will be playing for 2 minutes and I'll be like, oh shit, this song is playing. I like that song, and then the realization will hit me. Oh, you're completely like you're moving so slow, you have no clue what's going on, and that is what I get off on. That sensation.
I feel
makes
like
me
when
high.
when that money slow down too, though, motherfuckers get to see what they spending on the lean. They get to sobering up too. Like, oh, what the fuck up? Like that shit. I'm over here really spending a dime every 2-3 days.
But
on
that's
lean.
that's literally why Zero said he stopped sipping lean back in the day is when he itemized his budget. Like when he
it's bad.
and he's like, damn, I'm spending 50 racks a month and getting fucked up. Cause it's not just the lean, which at the time was expensive, but nothing like it is now. But even just like the ice and the fucking you're spending
ice.
Well, no, you're spending so much spending so much money
Sound
on
like you-
ice and soda and fucking
ice is free.
What ice? It was still an ice.
fools don't go to the damn liquor store and buy the
No, we.
Okay, yeah.
And then
I'm just
nothing
saying
else.
all the things that come with getting fucked up. If you buying bottles with it, whatever it is,
The
like
sodas, the lean. I mean, the sodas.
all
the
that
bars.
adds up.
You gotta put the bars with it. Zan with
That's what
that
I'm
lean. It's definitely
Oh
a
my
combo.
God.
Alcohol. Most
No,
people.
Dad was in here drinking Don Julio and lean at the same
Yeah,
time.
I
don't understand. Like, does it just hit different parts of your body?
I used to put an act inside the Hennessy.
That's disturbing. That's insane, bro.
Hey, that's pretty
It's called Merc
disgusting.
juice.
Hey, you all right? Speaking of disturbing, Tania,
Merc juice.
Tania, Snoopy Badass's ex alleged baby mama, on Soft White Underbelly, describing in depth her time at a Diddy party. And to be honest, it's kind of like it sounds like you were there and then you didn't take part in any way. So that kind of made me feel like, oh, this is like clout chasing. But the one crazy detail that she mentioned is basically seeing underage, like teenage shit going on. Which I was like, whoa.
Was it going on with Justin and them though? Was it some kids that was fucking kids, or was it?
If you watch her on Soft White Underbelly, she is very vague about most of the things that she says.
Yeah.
But she makes a real point of pointing that out. That was probably the only like illegal thing that she mentioned. Aside from the drugs, I guess.
And to be fair, does like she even really know that for a fact, or they just?
She said she was there because she was fucking or like dating like a prince, and that the prince was good friends with Puff, and the prince brought her there to basically further her music career, and then she was shocked to find out that P. Diddy wanted to have sex with her.
Wait, she went there with King's little brother Prince. Is that what
she thought that she was going there and that it was going to help her music career.
Yeah, hold on. So wait, and you didn't fuck Diddy, bitch, but you fuck Crip back. Like, make it make sense. Hold on. I don't
think Crip back. I mean, they could go watch it if they want to see the full
thing. Crip back for sure hit.
Beat Doonies.
I don't know. Doonies. Come on, cuz ain't finna. He ain't that much of a square bear. He'd give a bitch some money, but he definitely gotta tear that coochie and asshole up, or he is not finna have you with him. He love
bust
coochie
open
and
that
asshole.
coochie and asshole.
I don't know. I could see him because, all right, I believe at that time China Mac was like trying to manage her. And that for sure sounds like a China Mac play of like, oh, you're going to fake date Crip Mac, his other client, and we're going to do a Crip song, and then that's going to blow you up.
But he was sending cash apps and pulling up. Snoopy Nice Cuz was mad. Snoopy Nice Cuz, that nigga don't want him. I mean, that bitch don't want him. She told me.
Right.
She told me. Remember?
Wait, so is this the same chick that he was that he was with, like when he got out of?
Yes. Wait, not when he got out of prison or jail. Wait, Crip Mac? You don't know who Tania is?
Yeah. Okay, it's Tania. It's not.
She's
okay.
LA.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't Juicy Drina. Okay.
No, that's his current work.
Okay. All right.
This was a whole different thing. Is that video still?
It was.
on?
What was the first one's name? What was the one from Long Beach's name? The one he came home to.
I don't fucking know. Look at this. Some random account had to re-upload it, but Crip Mac and Tania, Angel.
Yes. Okay.
And she's all singing about. She's like, I fell in love with the hood stuff.
Yeah.
It's like
amazing.
the craziest shit ever. And then look, I asked him about it in an
songs.
interview 9 months ago. Crip Mac reveals he's already broken up with Tania, claims she's a junkie.
See?
I don't know if there's any truth to that, but.
Because malt liquor doesn't make you a junkie. The other drugs.
Look at they didn't delete the on his YouTube. My Sitch Tania Mac doll enjoying her Crip Blue margarita. Sure.
She looks toxic as fuck.
Crip Mac says Tania Mac doll is on fentanyl and drugs. Fentanyl and drugs.
Yeah,
wow.
Fentanyl and drugs reads very similar to I've been keeping up on my workouts.
We can't listen. I miss Crip Mac. We can't listen to it.
But look, Tania featuring YG, Little
not
Secret.
to the song. I was saying the Crip Mac explained why.
You see how old the song with YG is?
I'm sure we could do that.
Look at that's 13 years old.
13 years ago.
Yeah, she was a joint.
I wonder what she looked like 13 years ago. You think it was better?
I don't know.
Baby, how's the food? How's the appetizer? That Crip Blue margarita, man.
Delicioso.
Delicioso. As good as my sex?
Not as good as your sex.
Oh, but it's still good. How you like when I eat that coochie and asshole? I do a good job.
You don't think he hit?
He for sure hit.
Yo, I like that Crip Blue hair. Oh, look at you. Eating real
She looks
good.
like she hasn't eaten in weeks.
Real good.
You know, a pub. We get some pub food, right?
That's a real healthy meal, man.
Crip Mac gonna be the first N-word to get married in a pro club. Go to comment.
He's working. He's working hard. It's a hard-working man, hard-working gentleman.
Yeah.
Look how she's
Looks like he just
falling
got
into
out
a
of prison
spell.
and his mom let him stay back in the trailer park, and she's like, look, and she's like, honey, it's time to get a job.
I'm trying to negotiate. Snoopy Badass wants to come back to the Adam and Whack podcast.
That'd be amazing.
But Whack's requirement was he said he wants Luce to be there, And it seemed like that was a deal breaker for Snoopy. He was like not really feeling that idea.
It's always a deal breaker with Luce.
Yeah.
You guys are
He
the
is
only
the deal
people
breaker.
you guys are the only people that see potential in Luce Cannon.
I like Luce. He's funny, bro.
He's entertaining.
He's a fucking a retard.
I think the
That's
people
why.
fuck with him. Look.
Yeah.
He's entertaining.
I fuck with
Let's
it.
peep some views. Look at his new one, 200K. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, remember when you guys yelled at each other on the phone? That was so good. Look at all these people stealing our content. Oh, well, this is actually the one we took down, so it kind of makes sense that they had to steal it. Like Hassan Campbell doing an interview with him right now. That's crazy.
That's not Luce Cannon.
No, but this is
With Luke
Kilogram.
Cannon and Kilogram.
Oh.
Is that a rapper you're familiar with?
No.
He looks familiar.
That's his fucking That's if you go to his page, every fucking title was I destroyed Bricc baby, big U in it.
What else we got? We're gonna hit topics that we got to hit.
Oh no, the activist.
Uno the activist and Trippie Redd got into a fight in LA. That's actually weird because I seen Uno the activist wearing some crazy ass boots over the weekend. I haven't actually.
I went proud on the boots, bro.
Okay, Uno called. All right, he calls Trippie out to a boxing match and asks Aiden Ross to set it up. Put the gloves on. Let's try to follow this tale. N-word who tried. I'm not gonna be able to read this. This is too small. I gotta make it big.
Got a glare on it. But
I will say that Uno got really left out in certain ways, and I felt like
Totally.
yeah, when him and Cardi were coming up, yep.
He was an important member of the whole SoundCloud wave that doesn't seem like he gets the respect he deserves, even though he is still for sure a legend.
In fact, remember that he was on
He's
that
just a little bit more known, but it's the Bricc effect.
similar
Leave
thing.
him off.
Well, remember he was on that that Ooey song with Trippie Redd and Tekashi 6ix9ine.
And they took him off.
I think
Wait,
he's
there was
still-
like a version of him though that
there is that video is still online with all three of them on it.
yeah, I think that's the one that went on World Star 6ix9ine.
That was the second song that 6ix9ine had that did good because the first one was the 1400 polls.
Yeah, look,
the-
but it was
yeah.
uploaded on Fuck 'em for 9.1 million views, and this has him on it.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
But it's just like he was so close to so many people that wound up
the Cardi thing, and then that just didn't really
Chris
didn't really pan out. Yeah, for sure. They used to be around each other all the time.
But
it's another dude. You
That's
know?
crazy. Wait, let me try to read this. Or whoops, let's read this. N-word who tried to shake hands after he got punched in the mouth could never. N-words want to be friends so bad. LOL. F ya. Shoot me the one. Since N-words want to take it to IG, and so it's. Okay, so it's Trippie saying, respect. I like how you held it down. That's real gangsta shit. I got you, twin. My bad. Send me what you need, twin. Love what what all missing. I got you, bro. N-word cannot fuck with me in a 1 versus 1. I stamp that. Tell we can do it in front of the world. Trippie said out his mouth, he don't shoot fair ones. Sounds familiar. Sounds like me. A bitch. I left him leaking. Don't post gloves and act like you want to get in them when we know and everybody by you around know. Keep quiet unless you always want to shoot. Unless you want to shoot the face. Now, to be fair, Uno and Trippie is a little bit more realistic since they're friends from back in the day. But think about what does Trippie have to gain from a fair one? You know, besides like some kind of respect from the
mob
internet, I
boss.
guess.
Nigga,
I don't know.
catch fair ones, nigga. You stab the mob boss and the money get killed, nigga. Then what, nigga? You don't
Put the
catch
gloves
that.
on, Trippie Redd. Aiden Ross set it up. Then he wrote fat blob. N-word never snatched nothing off me a day in his life. LMAO, let's start there. I'll never beat N-word as then say you held it down like a real gangster. Bitch, that's cap. Y'all get serious. Oh, so they're saying that him saying he respected it and you held it down like a real gangster was after he allegedly
jumped Uno.
I guess.
Yeah.
And Trippie writes, LOL, N-word with blood coming out his mouth telling me he respect me could never. Turn them gloves to handshakes, mister. You know
what the fuck
what's going on. And so Uno reposts that. And then the rings and these two tennis. Oh, so is this what got
Oh, he's
took?
saying like give it back. Like
Right.
what do you need? I'll give it back to you.
Okay, and this Cuban.
I got you, bro.
And then Trippie says, I got you, bro. He sends another photo. He says, "Nah, I got mad respect for you, bro. It hurt me to think you ain't fucking with me, twin."
Wow. So Uno got caught erasing messages to post it on Insta. Because remember, all of these were blank.
Yeah.
But he showed. Oh, I get what he. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And so Uno reposts it and writes, "You bitch N-words picked my shit up off the ground. LMAO, then came at me like y'all real and gonna give it back. You a bitch, and you can't think you a bitch when you turn down my fade, but I'm paid and insured. I just got new ones." And then Uno writes, "I know if I just put the beats on a N-word's ass, I'm def not hopping in his DM meat riding. LMAO, make it make sense. It's no pressure. Just got to let y'all know he not fucking with me, especially when I'm prayed up as they not, LOL, Jesus gang."
Oh, he got his ass beat.
And then Uno said,
banging the Lord.
"Nobody care about that weak shit leaking."
That's
And
my
then
boy.
this guy, It's Not Harold, who I don't know exactly who that is, he said, "Didn't bro just beat you up at Create Studios a little bit ago and took those fake ass Temu chains from you? Hashtag cornball." So wait, the original DMs that got posted
Or for when?
is
February 1st. Look.
okay. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out who did the. Okay, so Uno deleted some of his messages
Yeah.
to make it look like Trippy was being friendlier than he was.
Yeah.
Wow, this is
That's weird.
interesting behavior. Wow. Okay. Now I'm clued in. Now
I will say
guess
that,
I understand, sort of.
I know that like if they were to squab in a one-on-one, I mean, Trippie Red's not exactly the most imposing physical presence, so you know.
But I feel like it could be pretty
They're
close.
like the same size.
Yeah,
They're
like-
not.
like-
There's not some crazy.
I think
size
Uno's a little
difference,
bigger
right?
than him, but no.
I don't know. You gotta ask Flacco about that. But
For sure. He's the penis gazer.
yeah, but at the end of the day, Uno don't even be coming off as no fucking super ass street dude, whatever the case.
Neither of
is.
them, really.
But I don't know how they got into it, whatever the case is. But you going into a nigga DM trying to get your shit back already, you should have known that was gonna hit the internet one day anyway. Like you leaving messages, whatever the case is, you know what I mean? Like you can't even be surprised that a motherfucker is putting you on blast because they took your shit and you like talking cool to them about getting it back. You
That's
gotta watch
probably what
you
the
do.
first message was, huh? Like, hey, bro, like they snatched my shit up. Da, 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 da.
Yeah. And he like, I got you, twin. Just tell me what's missing.
Yeah.
Wow, this is interesting.
But then he deleted that initial message.
It seems like up until a couple hours ago, there wasn't really like much going on online in terms of like explaining the beef between them. I might have to tap into this Bobblelam upload. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while since I watched a Bobblelam video. How's he doing? But
Remember when he was on No Jumper?
him and Flacco tried to start a show together, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about like underground rap," and then they did not really do that like at all. It's like you can't start a show and be like, "We're gonna talk about underground rap," because reality is you're gonna talk about whatever you find interesting.
Flacco wanted to have debates about Ken Carson.
Yo, you want to know something crazy? Flacco is so not the guy to be like SoundCloud rap reporter. Like he's just going to whatever is making the most movement. But yo, I have not smoked tobacco in a week.
Yeah. Also, this has been like
Literally the
test.
ones I smoked with you. Yeah, having this in front of me is whatever. But like, I don't know, my breath was all fucked up on the podcast. You know, like honestly, I have to thank the fans because they told me like, "Hey, you're breathing like a fucking fat ass. You sound crazy taking these huge gulps for air." And like, so that really made me start thinking about it. And then I started to notice myself like sitting on the couch watching TV at night and being like, "Yo, like my breathing is not right now." And then I really started to notice it when I'm reading stories to my kid. Because, you know, you're reading kind of fast. You're trying to, like, get through it.
Yeah.
And I'm, like, having to take these big-ass breaths. And I'm, like, noticing it. I'm like, bro, I got to, like, there's nothing that's going to really help with this besides just, like, taking time off from smoking. Now, I'm still fucking with the weed pen a little bit, like, taking a dab or two before bed. But this is, I did this when I went on my honeymoon as well. I didn't smoke for, like, 40 days.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm
the
going to
whole
go back
time you
to
was
it.
in Italy and shit. You wasn't
The whole time I didn't smoke, yeah.
Was that like a before you went there you planned that, or was it kind of just like you weren't getting weed so it just kind of happened?
Yeah, because I knew that when I went all through Europe that it would probably be the easiest place for me to like try not smoking for an extended period of time because I just wouldn't be around anybody else who's smoking. It'd be like a pain in the ass to get it. I'm not probably gonna get on the flight with like 50 fucking spliffs, you know. So I tried it out then. Now I'm trying it out again. I don't know, man. Like part of me, like at that party was a big test because it's like I'm at this party till 2 a.m. It's like realistically smoking would have been nice.
Yeah.
Probably the least harmful thing you could do.
Yeah, but also I'm just like, I don't know. I'm trying to like see how much I can improve my cardio abilities by not smoking. Like I feel like I need to be able to be honest with myself and address that, because the way I was feeling before I took this break, like now I feel pretty good. But the way I felt for a while there, I was like really.
They got this little thing that you, like a mouthpiece that helps your lungs expand.
Really?
And get,
But it would feel kind of fucked up to like do that and then also start smoking again to be like, oh, well, I'm helping myself out. So
I was just saying to help your situation even more, because it's supposed to give you like more fucking like less fatigue and shit, like when you working out and doing that shit, because the way the oxygen, the intake of the oxygen.
You guys ever thinking about smoking cigs?
I never even wanted to start again. My ass started in fucking rehab, bro. Traded one addiction for the other.
I think I'm gonna stop smoking at the top of the year. I started smoking at like 32.
For real?
I started in jail this last trip. I never smoked cigarettes before.
I would, if on some solidarity shit, if fools want to, like, if you ever like, I'm gonna stop smoking, I'll do that shit with you.
I was supposed to stop when my baby was born, and then a gang of shit started happening. I'm like, I started smoking more.
That being said, I want a cigarette really bad now.
I feel like that's the thing that made me stop. That's the other thing. And I know that people are going to say you do porn, so you can't possibly give a fuck about this. But my kid now knows about cigarettes.
Yeah.
And she's never seen me with a cigarette or a joint. And she talks about them. She'll just randomly say, like, Dad, I don't like cigarettes. Because she sees like her fucking family members smoking a little bit. And I don't know. I just like really, I would love to like raise my kid and have her never see me smoke, you know? So I kind of feel like that's another reason to go for it.
It's so like weird to me that because someone does like adult work that will make it like you're not allowed to have a moral compass around kids smoking now. It's just so weird.
But I could just predict the dumb comments like so easily. And so I just wanted to let them know, like, I know you're going to hit me with that one. It's okay.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, and I'm not telling you how to be a parent, but you can't really shelter them from everything, because it's like when they do get into the real world and start having to make decisions, you got to kind of like let them know that shit ain't cool. Like, you know, but not to see you smoke is cool. Like, I'm just saying, but like certain shit, you can't just super like close them out, because then they won't know how to deal with that shit when it come across their plate.
But that's the thing, is if she hangs out at No Jumper ever, she's going to encounter smoking. If she goes to the store ever, she's going to encounter it. When she hangs out with Lena's family, a big percentage of them smoke. So it's like she's going to be around it either way.
Hey,
but
it
it
won't
just
be the deciding factor of her smoking. Her friends will.
Okay, true. But also when I think about it, I think a big part of the reason why I was very slow to start drinking and smoking is because I didn't grow up around people that drank and smoked. Like my grandma did. My parents were able to tell me, like, that's old school. That's bad. You don't want to get into that. And I took their word for it because they seemed genuine. My parents not drinking probably played a huge role in me not drinking until I was in my 30s.
But when you're a kid,
I was like late 20s before I started getting like really smashed all the time.
When you're a kid, if you hear like, don't do this is bad, like a motherfucker like me, that made me want to do it. You don't want no parts of this, Dewey Cox. Like, I do want all parts of this now. Yeah. Because you said it was bad.
I hated liquor my whole life. Like, I tried to drink some like whiskey or something at like 5. And that shit was the nastiest shit that I've ever tasted. And beer is nasty than the motherfucker.
I remember my dad giving me a beer, like a sip of a beer when I was
kids, right?
7. Oh my God, I was horrified. Like, what could you possibly see in this?
You know what? The alcohol that was becoming popular when I was a kid, like in 6th grade, was Tanqueray, because of fucking Snoop Dogg.
With a gag of Tanqueray,
which is the most disgusting drink in the entire
I don't even know what that is.
God,
gin.
Oh, okay.
You never sipped gin, Bombay?
Sapphire, Bombay.
I used to see Juicy J drink it
yeah,
all the time.
Wiz and Juicy J, they Bombay heads. It's gin. It's nasty than a motherfucker.
It's literally for like old
Tastes
people to
like-
kill themselves with.
It's the grapefruit of liquor. The grapefruit juice of liquor.
Literally, the cranberry. The cranberry. of liquor.
Yeah, like,
like,
it's nasty.
there's no positive application for it. Also, do you notice it's kind of like funny? You were talking about the your breathing thing, and was it kind of like the same thing with your ear when like the waxing? You didn't realize how much your breathing was fucked up until you could breathe again, and you're just like, damn, I was close to my deathbed.
But once you stop smoking, you start looking at everybody who is smoking a little different.
Heathens.
The other day,
That's gay.
I think it was Rad actually. He was at like a funeral, like a crazy Crip funeral, basically.
Yeah,
And-
rest in peace, bang bang.
Okay.
R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in peace. But I like was watching that, and like it was like almost everybody standing around outside was smoking something, and I just like even just a week out of not smoking, I was just looking at it like
to that shit.
I was like, what is that? Like that, like isn't that kind of crazy when like every person there needs to be inhaling some dirty ass air?
Well, like Adam, think about what you guys think
You
about.
about to
I
turn
know it's a
into one
random
of
thing to
them.
notice,
Yeah, that's what
but
I'm
I
about
don't
to
know.
say. Like,
no,
what the
how do you
fuck?
think I felt
Well,
the
you-
whole first year working at No Jumper when I was sober? And everybody is.
So who was getting fucked up?
Everyone was. I wasn't
weed.
even smoking weed, bro. Fools are blazing,
Oh, yeah.
drinking, all that shit.
Were
And
you
I'm
like tempted by weed?
I'm a fucking drug addict.
So that's
fool.
why
Like,
I keep
love
reminding
that
myself,
shit.
like when I'm at the
what?
party and everybody's smoking blunts in my face and shit, I'm just like, okay, well, you can't stop smoking if this is going to be enough temptation to make you relapse. Somebody blowing
And it didn't.
blunt in front of your
that
face.
didn't
yeah.
make me so like it was totally. But still, like it was noticeable. Something I do want to bring up to you guys. I'm doing a interview tomorrow for No Jumper that I'm very excited about. I want to tell y'all though what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I'm going to my parents' house tomorrow.
Right.
And I'm sitting down and interviewing my father.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that.
Yeah. I'm gonna interview my brother, the CEO of
The
Indeed,
film-
next.
I feel like
But-
The film legend.
this
Yeah.
is the Reddit is going to really get their fix from this content. Like whatever they want to know about Lush, this is going to fill in some serious blanks.
Because beyond like y'all are gonna see like what an insane story and history my dad has. Not only that, he's gonna be the oldest person to have appeared on No Jumper by over 3 decades. My dad's like 81 years old. You feel me? Like
Well, that's real. I wonder who the oldest person I ever interviewed was.
yeah.
I think I interviewed a guy who was like 60, like a bank robber.
That's what I'm saying. So like my pop's got 20 years on that and his history is insane. But anything you want to know about me, why I turned out the way I did, how come, I'm asking all that. The gloves are off. We get into the bottom of the Lush One origin story and my dad's story and everything. So it's gonna be lit.
Don't get up there trying to blame your dad for your drug.
I'm
Like,
proud
who else
of
you
you.
gonna blame?
Yeah. It was your fault, motherfucker.
You
Yeah.
fucking rich fucker.
Yeah.
You just left me out here.
No, not at all. But I think I'm curious. I think a lot of people would be curious to hear my dad's insight on me and why, but
I'm interested.
I'm pretty psyched about it. And then I know my brother, when I interview him, I'm going to be like, why does Indeed not hire any black people? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk
Are you
about
serious?
it.
You're gonna hit him with like
No,
the
but
DEI interview?
but I might need to ask some. I'm going to ask the questions that the people want to know.
Oh, okay.
But
Dude, people be fucking dropping some crazy music. Look at this. Skrilla, Big Op, Lil Scoom, and Duel. Disrespectfully Scoomin'.
amazing.
Damn, there's some crazy collabs coming out of that fucking world. Why are they making clips about me already? Adam gives his final thoughts on Sharp leaving, wishes him the best. Oh, that sounds kind of sweet. The Pot Lord and Bricc Baby B from No Jumper explained. Wow. Do I have 10 minutes?
That's an iceberg. That's an iceberg.
One of the funniest things might be House Phone accusing Remo of stealing all of his like interview ideas. I talk to fucking Remo like every day, all day, and I was just like, where the fuck did he pull that out of? That is so crazy.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, like, I don't know.
We barely interview like underground rappers. It's mostly like drill and street rappers. No offense, House Phone. I think we're a little bit more in tune with that type of stuff than you.
I think like Phone was literally referring to like he would see Remo in certain comments and then would assume that it was because he's the only one that's up on them. I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't know. He could speak on that. Anyway, I'm a dip. You guys gonna do a little music stream after this? I've been
Yes,
told?
sir.
How are you gonna dip without my hands up on your hip?
When
Honestly,
I dip,
I'm
you
down
dip,
for whatever. You want to get freaky? Let's get freaky.
No, it was a song, bro. I put my hands up
Yeah,
on
but
your
who-
hip.
who song
When
was
I
that?
dip, you dip, we did.
Who was
It was like an old dance song, and then Cardi B flipped it in Bodak Yellow.
Oh, when I was in high school, that was a huge
Yeah,
song.
that was a big
But
ass-
who was the rapper?
Yeah,
Who made?
one hit wonder.
Yeah, that's one.
Was it that the
Now-
same Tootsie Roll dude?
No, there's not.
Butterfly,
Yeah, there's 69 boys. Like there's 95
window,
South.
Donnie.
Yeah. And what's funny is it turns out those groups were actually like the same guys in. They just had a lot of different names.
Freak Nasty.
Freak
Freak
Nasty.
Nasty.
Yep.
What happened to Freak Nasty? Has anyone ever interviewed Freak Nasty? This is the question. This is like Vlad should be putting in this kind of work. Freak Nasty interview. What happened to HBL rapper
190.
Freak Nasty? Look, somebody had this idea 2 years ago, and it has currently 200
Nobody
views.
gives a fuck. DJ Freak Nasty.
That has kind of happened to me like recently. Is realizing like I had somebody offer me like an interview with a dude who like if you guys knew who it was, I'll tell you off camera. It's like it sounds cool,
Yeah.
but then I start looking on YouTube and I'm like, I have no faith that anybody would watch that interview. So
Yeah. What's the
one hit wonder interview game? I don't. It's not like a guaranteed
Unless
thing by
you're
any
gonna
means.
scold them about being a one hit wonder.
Yeah, unless you're
The
on.
only way is
unless
that
you're
you gonna get
roasting.
them on and then box them.
You know who I think would be who I've been my homie has been in contact with and think would be dope would be a full overdose interview including Dub.
Very niche.
Very niche. Again, like that's one of those things that a lot of people probably
June just
would-
snapped. You see, I just
June-
posted him last night.
Did
man.
you?
Yeah, he just snapped
I
on.
remember
us,
like Cam
posted
Capone
some
did that
new
one.
shit.
I don't know.
that was like big. That was big for him. I
I
think
definitely
overdose was
probably-
fire.
I think
No, I met
I
those dudes before, they're
overdosed
cool.
that though. That was my boys growing up. I
Yeah.
probably interviewed.
Yeah,
they're
no.
West Side.
Doug talks about him like it was such a huge thing. In his
It was
life.
the wave.
I had no
It
idea.
was,
It was
bro.
the wave. It was the wave.
They really because
But that's the thing is your entry point into the game. Like me with the fucking Sesh Hollow Water Boys
They
thing
gave,
and whatever.
like,
It's like
Future the
I can't
idea.
like and nobody I fuck with now. I can explain that too. I can't be like these are the dudes that came in the game. And they're gonna be like, who? Like what the fuck are you talking about? You know? And it's like the same thing with Dub. Like you come up with somebody usually who's small enough that like other people aren't gonna really know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Happens
but
like
like
a
for
lot.
the city, they know.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
Like
course.
overdose, it was like a wave through the city. Like everybody around, like 28 to 40 something.
And well, they filled a really important niche in LA as being like they weren't gangster rappers, but they
Nah.
weren't suckers. Like they
Yeah,
actually made
yeah.
cool shit. And that was like a space that wasn't really occupied until I guess we seen Odd Future and all those fools emerge.
That's
but
why I said they gave our Future. I feel like they were like the
runway for
blueprint.
that?
Yeah.
they were like in between like the Far Side and Odd Future. They were like
They were the only people that lived on Crenshaw that'd try acid.
type shit.
You get what I'm saying?
100%.
Well, that's like ASAP Mob was like the only dudes in
Yeah,
Harlem
that's
that were
them.
doing
Yeah,
acid.
that's them.
you know?
That's them.
them.
That's
them.
100%. That's
They
them.
like our ASAP mob.
Yes.
Yeah.
They used to dress crazy and shit
Yes.
too.
I'm gonna tap in. I gotta
Yeah.
listen to some more of that shit. All right, I appreciate you guys. Music stream dropping momentarily. Thank you, Bricc. Thank you, Lush.
The loop.
Stay off tobacco. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. I'm gonna put them in my office and hopefully never smoke them, but we'll see.
The
We'll
beef
see.
and squash.
Let's
Take
go.
Savage and Trap Lord Warehouse.
Go watch a Remo vlog
right now.
Catch me at Kush Stock soon, baby.
My vlog should be out later too.